What's good, everybody? What's going on? Been a minute. It's been a minute. Salute to everybody who's showing up and showing out over on X, man. I really appreciate y'all. Everybody on Sleep 50 TV, I really appreciate y'all, man. For everybody on Sleep 50 TV, we are back live over here on GMT Sports. Yes, the suspension has been lifted earlier than I thought, so it's all gravy. And we're also live on Sleep 50 TV. You know what I'm saying? And as well at Boxing GMT on X. So salute to everybody coming through, bro. I know it's been a little minute, but it is what it is. Oh. Oh, it's always something, right? All right, anyway. All right. So like I said, we are back live over here on GMT Sports. I know I had everybody go over there to Slick 50 TV, man. But I appreciate y'all. No matter where I go, y'all follow me, man. Y'all rock with your boy. As y'all see, we got Johnny Fisher versus David Allen 2, which the first one was like very controversial to me, you know what I'm saying? Um, to some it wasn't. To me it was. I felt like Allen pulled that shit out at the end, you know what I'm saying? And they gave it to Fisher because he was propped up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, they wanted him to be that guy. And my dude came in there and gave balls to the wall. You know, not gave balls, that didn't sound right, but he went balls to the wall and pulled the fight off, and he even felt like he was cheated. Like I say, it was a 50-50 split on it. It was a like how, but for me, I thought Allen won. So I've been waiting on this one. Even the way it came about that they was announcing it was gonna be a second one, it was like on shaky ground. But I'm glad we are here nonetheless. And it's been a bunch of boxing news. I know I ain't been here all week. I actually missed Friday. Can y'all believe that? I missed Friday. Chappelle, what's happening, baby? What's happening, baby? I see you. But yeah, we are here and I'm back. DJ, what's happening? You snuck on early. Yes, 1:00. The fights are on here in the States. And like I say, I don't know what it is about the zone reporting their time, right? You go online, they be like, oh, 2 p.m., 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then all of a sudden you go on the zone, 1:00. Like, come on, bro. Like, do it. I don't know. So I be trying to be right. And I started to do the prelims just in case of this, you know what I'm saying? But I got out, went and watched the car. We had a bad storm yesterday. But that's not the reason I didn't go live, man. I just need to take a little sabbatical. I need to take a little step back and sometimes you got to take a step back and just regroup yourself. And I apologize. Usually I let you guys know if I'm going live or not, but I didn't. But yeah, most definitely. We are back again over here on GMT Sports. We are back. You understand me? As y'all see, I did let a video out and some shorts out. So thanks for the support on that. I let a couple videos out. And those videos will still keep coming. You know what I'm saying? They're still gonna keep coming. Like I said, I'm working on a balance, and we gonna go from there. Right now, they got Sains and Onyenani. I don't know how to say his name as usual. Boy, they be having some weird names on here. I have no idea, but they are in like round 3 or round 4 as we speak. DJ said it was a quieter boxing week anyway. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Wasn't too much going on other than people trying. Everybody wants T.O. I guess T.O. plan worked. Everybody wants to fight T.O. now. Ain't that something? Because why? He part of the bag? That's the only reason. Before he was part of the bag, wasn't nobody trying to fight T.O. He was doing the same antics back then. Now he's part of the bag. And I'm not falling for it. From Shakur to Devin Haney to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. The tweets is getting outrageous as we speak. It is what it is, man. Just get in the ring and fight. That's all I want to see. If you're going to fight the man, fight the man. Make it really happen. We tired of the capping. You know what I mean? 100%. 100%. They just so Fisher showing up to the fight. I couldn't tell you if this is, what is this? Boy, tell you something. All right. Yeah, they're in round 4. We are in round 4. I don't know anything about either one of these guys other than one of the nickname is Juice. And I don't know who's who. And can somebody let me know if my sound quality is straight? He said giving him the fight is playing straight into his hands. Yeah, I mean, but you know, if you hold it true to your word, like I said, get in the ring and beat his ass. Make an example of me on some Ali stuff. When Ali turned Muslim, who was that Ali fought? And he said, he made him say his name. He was like, I'm not calling you Muhammad, I'm calling you Clay. I'm calling you with your mama. And he took offense to that because that was very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Chappelle. And he got in there and beat the shit out of him and made him tell him, what's my motherfucking name? Well, I feel like this could be that second coming for one of those fighters. If dude wants to be racist or play racist or whatever people, want to call it, get in there and make an example of him. Right? Make that one of your defining fights. Get what is Keyshawn, Shakur, Devin talking that stuff. Get in there, actually make that one of your defining fights and beat the shit out of them. And let them know. And get paid while doing it. That's all I'm saying, because it only take one fight to snuff T.O. out. T.O. been on shaky ground, bro. The last fight, it was tailor-made for him. I'm going to be real with you. Shout out to Arnold Barboza. But let's be real. It wasn't the best T.O. T.O. was dealing with what he was given, right? And it was a given, like a gift. Dude just kept coming forward. You can't really tell me you saw Arnold Barboza really start up in that fight. You can't tell me you really saw Arnold Barboza really come at him. No, you did not. And he did what he did with his little showboating and his pot shotting, and he did what he did. He's on shaky, he on thin ice. He on shaky ground, bro. So at the end of the day, the next fight could snuff him out, bro. And like if Keyshawn get a hold of him, snuff him out, that makes him larger than life. And like I say, that could be a defining fight for one of them fighters. And on that type of level of that Ali, like you say, say my name, bro. What's my name? You don't disrespect me like that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And that was one of the fights where Ali took it personal. If you're going to take it personal and really mean it and get in there and do your thing, do it. If not, then just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to play yourself. You might end up getting beat by T.O. then, I don't know. But I'm not going to say not give him the fight, not fighting, right? And, in an aspect of keep feeding him, I'm just saying that get in there, and whoever gets in there, I hope they win. And not only put his spark out, but put his career out. You know what I'm saying? He just said, yeah, but Slick, we can't be letting racism generate fights. Otherwise, everyone will start doing it. Now, if you go in there and make it I'm talking about making an example. I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm talking about putting that on him. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about, putting it on him. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't the way to go, and let it be known. That ain't it. That ain't it. But I feel you though. There ain't no place for it, bro. Like, I'm not with that, bro. Like, on any side. It ain't gotta be with black people. If it was a black person doing it to white folks like that, that ain't it, bro. Like I said before in my video, if y'all caught it, you know what I'm saying? Every race got that one term, like, bro, you just don't touch, right? We could play all day, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that one word, and you just don't do it. You don't hear nobody replying, like I said, back to him with his racist derogatory terms. Like, we don't do that, bro. We got class, bro. We ain't finna go that route. But like I said, if you want it, I hope somebody give you what you ask for, because you asking for that ass whoop. And I hope it's real. That's all I'm saying. I hope it's a real ass whooping. I'm not talking about no for play. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for bad. I'm talking about, I hope it go bad in the ring for him. Not deaf or nothing like that, because I know some of you motherfuckers will clip this shit and say that dumbass shit. But what I'm saying is, I hope it go bad for him. I hope he get the ass whooping of his life for just opening his mouth in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't got nothing to do with race. If you gonna act racist, that's for anybody. I hope you get that. Did Dana drop the ball? I don't know if Dana dropped the ball or they just don't know what they want to do, to be honest, because it sounded like they didn't know what they want to do from the jump. Let's be fair. We knew it was going to be in Vegas, and I think all of us kind of assumed it was going to be in Allegiant Stadium, per reports of, the internet. You know what I mean? Some reputable sources, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't quoted from Turkey Al-Sheikh. So I think they don't know where they want to have it at. You know what I'm saying? And dealing with Turkey, man, he's very unpredictable. He doesn't care about making money. He has shown that. So we know the money don't matter. So putting in Allegiant Stadium for him would be dope as fuck. But at the same time, we like shit. That's where he'll make the most money. He don't care about the money. So New York, LA, or Las Vegas, one of them, wherever it lands. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on Dana. But if Dana dropped the ball, that's on him. He wasn't fit for the job, in my opinion, anyways, right? He might have been fitting for part of the team, but not the guy to, spearhead this promotion venture. I don't think that. So I'm not quite ready to say that Dana dropped the ball, but if he did, you know what I mean? Like, maybe hopefully Turkey see it, but we'll see. Or maybe they prevent them from getting a Allegiant Stadium, man. You got people in Vegas who got allegiances. That's funny, right? Allegiances to one another that will try to box him out. Because think about it, man. This is Vegas, bro. They don't want nobody coming there stepping on nobody's toes like that, bro. Like, nah. He got some big players to go up against. He can do that with UFC because that's one entity. But when you're dealing with boxing, it's the Wild Wild West. And you got to deal with these guys. And if you messing it up, man, they don't want Las Vegas to become Turkey Town. Let's say it like that. That's how I always felt. I always felt like Vegas was going to become his greatest rival. I'll tell you this. What I am hoping for is not a pay-per-view. I am hoping for it to be on Netflix. That's what I'm hoping for, right? I'm hoping for it to be on Netflix. I don't want this shit to end up on with Dana. Just think about it. It's a fight today that I can't watch, Michael Fox and Boachuk, because it's on UFC Fight Pass, round 1. Are you watching UFC Fight Pass? I know you got to have that shit. If the fight on, man, I don't even know if it's on yet. But if it do come on, keep your boy posted. I want to know how Boachuk doing and Michael Fox doing over there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that made me mad. So I hope this TKO bullshit don't trickle on over to UFC Fight Pass, some shit like that. I don't want that. I'm gonna be real with you. I like UFC, but I watch Karate Combat and bare knuckle fighting more than UFC. So for me to buy a UFC Fight Pass, man, it's just not gonna make no sense. And to force me to get that, and that's something I feel like Dana would do. Dana would do that, like to get everybody by UFC Fight Pass because he's still messing with ESPN. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. Because I'm not understanding why Boachuk is fighting on UFC Fight Pass. If anybody figured that out, that I don't. Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me. I was looking forward to that fight. I was really looking forward to that fight. But yeah, man. So I have no idea. None idea. Let me put this link in there. I thought I had the link in there, bro. But yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, bro. I'm not feeling it. Let's see. Yeah, the link is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You do got to subscribe to be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody if you hit that like button, that subscribe button, no matter where you're watching your boy at this time. If you're new over on Slick 50 TV, hit that subscribe button over that way. But please come over here to GMT. I'm streaming the Slick 50 TV right now just to let everybody know we are back, able to go live on GMT Sports at GMT Sports. So the show will be back over this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm watching in this fight, but it's not entertaining to me. Round 1, damn right, we back, baby. We back, baby. That little email I did must have helped because they lifted it early. That's what's up, man. Deej, what's happening, my guy? You there, Deej? Uh-oh. Deej must be on primes. Oh. No. No, I hear something.
You got me now?
There you go. I got you. Loud and clear, bro. Loud and clear.
So, just for those that are considering coming up and having a chat to Slick, if you've got a headphones, they seem to work a lot better once you plug them in.
Oh, yeah. So
That's
it'll be
why you could.
double.
Did you wake up this morning and today and just choose hate? You've rolled
Hate.
straight to your show, straight into some racing. You're up Dana, you're up TKO.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm going based off the questions y'all gave me. But yeah, man. Like, I've been seeing the news and whatnot, and it's just like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if Dana did, but I'm not denying it. You know, he said he
Well,
had only so many months to put this together, and I'm like, you only had so many months to put this together. You knew this shit was happening. You know what I'm saying?
there's part of me that wonders, and I don't have any inside information, but there's part of me that just wonders whether the personalities were always going to work out, because Dana likes it his way and Turkey
Yeah.
likes it his way, right?
Yeah.
So if they were just going to continue to butt heads, you wonder. But, they're also, well, whether you like the way they do business or not, Dana's still a businessman. So,
Right.
but look, they could sell that fight anywhere, really. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
where they put that fight in the world, it's going to sell.
Yeah, it's gonna sell, man.
Just makes it hard for those that might want to actually go to Vegas to watch the fight, but now the fight's in Riyadh or it's in New York. Reports are saying that he's playing cities off against each other. Who's giving me the best
The
deal?
biggest, yeah. And I can see that, bro, because like I say, for him with him, it's not about him making the money, but if he can get the best renting, I mean, shit, why not? He ain't probably gonna make them no pay-per-views and no shit off this shit. Because knowing him, he gonna cut the shit in half. You know what I mean? But I hope he get it on Netflix. That's why I hope it's that, bro.
Yeah, so
This deserves to be
I
on
think I've
Netflix.
told you before that, and nothing will surprise me in boxing anymore, but it doesn't make sense to me that you put yourself on an island while you're trying to build a new product, essentially, in TKO. You're not, boxing's not going to change, but
Right.
why wouldn't you put it in front of the eyes where all of the rest of the boxing eyes are, like on a DAZN or something like that? Because it wouldn't make a great deal of sense for me for Turkey, Al Sheikh, and Public Investment Fund to buy into DAZN and then just walk away from it with another boxing product.
Right.
So,
No, I mean, I think this is a.
the
He's
problem
been
will
learning
be,
hard lessons. If we've been following Turkey, he's been learning hard lessons along the way. You know what I mean? But Turkey is, well, in reality, Turkey is really no different than no other business, right? Like if you do your research on a lot of billionaires and stuff, they'll sit there and tell you like, I tried 100 things, only one of them popped. You know what I'm saying? Only one worked. And I think he's a public display of that. Like, I'm gonna try this. Okay, that didn't work. Fuck it. I'm gonna try this. That didn't work. Fuck it. I'm gonna try this. And we're witnessing it, but the man that's doing it don't care. So, but and having said so, I think the strategy is that he's using. He's trying to figure out a way to monopolize. So, in other words, like, how can I make this boxing game favor in my way? And I think that's
but
what this whole thing has been. He didn't sign everybody to zone. He owned what 13% of the zone. So now he didn't cornered the market there, but he still has a cornered the market. In essence, like you still gonna have your people who gonna follow their favorite uh promotion company. You know what I mean?
so
And
you,
even go ahead, my bad.
I don't think you can monopolize boxing.
No,
Doesn't
you
matter how
can't.
much money you've got. at the moment, right? Because it's not regulated, right? So if it was regulated by a US boxing committee board or something like that, and everyone's answerable to, well, you could probably monopolize it if you got into their pockets that way. But
Right.
whilst ever they're continuing to, at least on face value, you get what you pay for. Like,
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao jumping straight into number 5. Like, fucking really?
Yeah. That's the
You know.
fucking sanctioning
So
bodies work.
when you
That's
just take
nasty
something
work.
as simple as that, you go, look, monopolising's off the table at least in the next decade. But
Uh-huh.
I think that it'd be easier to assume that Turkey doesn't have advisors or influence over there in his circles, because that kingdom over there, he's not the top dog,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
So
He's the
so
he's like
so
the
he's all
gesture.
he's doing. He's just running the arm of their sports entertainment. So
Yeah.
somebody's going to be in his ear. But look, at the end of the day, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, to be honest,
Uh-huh.
because look what it's done for us over the last 18 months at least. Not just the Riyadh season cards, but breaking down some of the crossing the road hesitancy.
Right.
I think if anything, there's been a positive influence. Whether we like what he's doing or not, we've still seen a positive influence where, I mean, how long would it have taken to make Zapita and Shakur fight, Matchroom and
Right.
Golden
Right.
Boy
Right. And
4 years ago?
that's the
You know,
benefits of bringing them all together to keep the sport going, right? But it's like it takes money to make money to keep this life bloodline going. And while I figure out a way to do that, in hence of, like you said, it's the Wild Wild West. This is why they want to mess with the Ali Act so they can put a stranglehold on it. You get what I'm saying? And regulate it and figure that out.
yeah.
But in the
So I don't.
meantime, it take money to make money. So with these fights that he's making money off. Like I said, anybody who puts a fight on the zone, he's making money off of it. And then you look at, like we said, in Saudi, yes, Riyadh season, the Prince and all of that. You know what I mean? They got control of that. But this Ring magazine stuff is him. That's not the Prince. So these ring events are his. So this is something now that's personal. He can't get the ring events off in Saudi like that if he wanted to without having permission. But he doesn't have to have the Prince's permission in America. You see
No,
what I
but
mean? So if you look at it
uh,
in that aspect of, he's still trying to figure a way out to monopolize. He's gaining. He's trying to garner the fans. Hey, I'm Turkey. Look what I did. I did a fight on Santa Monica Pier. I did a fight in New York and Times Square. Now I'm gonna do one at Alcatraz, and I'm about to put on the biggest fight since Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. Right, but in behind the scenes, that's the stuff I be trying to figure out because we know he working with the TKO promotions. That's his, but he trying to let Dana White do it. But then they know that they can't do what they want to do as long as it is the Wild Wild West. Why they feel like the Ali Act is standing in their way. So that's the key. That's the only way you truly can monopolize the game. Because if they change the rules to that, that changes the rules for everybody.
well, I don't share the same depth of skepticism as you in some of these areas, but that's all right. But there's no need to monopolise it when you've got that much money.
Well, why rich
I
people do
mean,
what
you
they do?
you you can get whatever you want when you've got that much money. So you actually don't need to monopolise it. You could probably make some business moves to start recuperating some of your costs, sure. But
I get that.
when you say that Turkey spent his own money, well, any money that he's got is the prince's money. It all flows down through,
Oh yeah, yeah.
numero
That's who
uno.
pays
But
him. Right, right,
I
right.
would suggest that was more. Um, I think that the U.S. government whether it was the State Department or what have you, probably wouldn't easily allow Riyadh or PIF to buy directly into US sport. It's the same piss and match that golf's been having,
Right.
right?
That's the first sport they try to get in. Right. Golf.
So, that was under your last administration. I don't know if it's different under your new president, but there's still that level of mistrust. I mean, you're both in bed with all the oil stuff. I mean, they're the biggest producer of oil,
Right.
and US is the biggest user of oil in the world.
Right.
So you still got that bit, but I think that Turkey putting his own name on it might have dodged a few of those, what would I call it, political bullets, so he could get into the market. And Dana as well, being what looks to be having a relationship there with Trump, might have made it a little bit easier.
That too, and having an American spokesperson makes it a lot easier as well. Versus raising the questions of the ones who will have skepticism of who he is and what his motives is. You know what I mean? He's in the background and let a American citizen be the face, which is smart in itself.
Look, I've given it a fair bit of thought, right? I've actually got no interest at all in this Pacquiao fight. Like, I don't want to. I mean, it's just, it even just smells of desperation.
Yep.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Deej, even your icon, even your thumbnail is ugly. Fuck.
This guy.
This dude come in with this shit.
I came in hot. What y'all talking about? What's the discussion today?
Well,
go ahead, Deej.
Go to hell, 9.
Hello?
Yeah, he just gave you the discussion.
Man, I'm kind of like,
he said, "Go
is
there."
it a fight going on? Because I've been off this weekend, man. I lost
you and I about to have one,
man. So I've been kind of like off this weekend. 9 hasn't been clicking on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still sexy, bracking, fabulous.
For the last 30 years, I heard.
Yeah, I'm still the world's greatest troll, Deej. Don't fuck with me, Deej. My president has my back.
Yeah, so we're not going down that path again. That's getting old.
I could renew it. I think I could renew it.
Well, you come in just as I was making comment about I'm just not interested in the Pacquiao Barrios fight. Like, it just smells of desperation.
Yeah,
like
that shit is
there's
crazy.
so many more. There's so many other fights that could be made, but bottom line, I just look at it and just go, well, Barrios is probably coming up. Someone's tapping him on the shoulder and saying, look, you've got a mandatory fight or we're going to strip you. PBC just lost a belt in that division with
Stanionis
getting beat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, who else is at 147 that they could have fed Barrios just to keep the belt in house?
This is the thing, bro, and this is why I haven't been. I'll pop in on lives because Slick is my brother, you my brother. So you know what I'm saying, I'll show love. But this shit is starting to get so formulaic because it's no longer about the competition, it's about the leverage, bro. Al Heyman and PBC is not doing shit but throwing as much shit on the wall and seeing what stick. They don't have Canelo no more, who was a draw. Remember the golden rule about PBC, Slick? What is it? How can they operate?
They can't operate from the B side.
Exactly. So they have to go in the archives and pick up the biggest name they can find that people will be like, oh, Pacquiao, I know him. Yeah, he's the one that fought Floyd. And they just throwing as much shit on the wall as stick. And
But
seeing
a
what
lot of people don't even want. I don't even know, man. See, that's the mistake they're making, and PBC are gonna make another mistake like that. Like, come on, man.
It's a mistake, but guess what? It's a well-calculated
mistake
because there's more people in this world who's dumb as fuck than people who have common sense like me, you, and Slick. One. So guess what? Trust me, it's motherfuckers that's gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. If there's somebody out there right now that if Pacquiao could just catch him, if he could just catch him once,
it's a narrative they can control because it's in house.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, how old is he now? Like 46?
He's 46, bro. And the
46,
yeah.
bro.
WBC tried to compare them sanctioning this bout to Sugar Ray. Man, Sugar Ray wasn't no 46
He was
years
no,
old.
yeah, bro. I
He
mean,
was like 40
shit,
years old.
man. Bro, that's crazy. How you gonna?
He
That's
wasn't even
crazy.
40. He was like
Cause
30. My bad.
yeah, cause
He was
if you look
30.
at it, his last fight was like fucking 3 years ago almost, I believe, and it was against fucking Barrios, who Barrios
That
beat for
was
that belt.
Ugas. That
Ugas,
was
yeah,
Ugas.
and that was in like fucking. That was just damn, man. That was a Ugas coming in late replacement for that Earl fight
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it
bro.
was
They
Well,
supposed to
can't
be
operate
Earl.
from the B side, bro.
so
That's
they've
crazy.
so they've
They
hedged
can't.
their bets anyway,
Right. Right.
because in 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 my opinion, right, it would have been even more of a dangerous gamble if they'd have put it out as the main event with no one else on the undercard that anyone knew. But it looks like, Fondora and Tim Tszyu rematch will happen on that undercard. And
Mm-hmm.
there was also discussions that it was going to be Tank and Roach
Yep.
I don't think Tank can
This is
do it.
this is
Well,
on
no,
our
I
that.
heard Tank
formula,
and
bro.
Roach. It's on 16th of August, bro. That's like a day before
Yeah.
my birthday. So yeah, that's gonna be on the 16th already on August. They already put that out
This
there.
listen, bro. They brought Pacquiao in the first time, right? Just to only prop up a Thurman, and Thurman lost, with the promise that they was going to give him a Mayweather rematch. That
Mm-hmm.
never happened. You feel what I'm saying? They brought
Right.
Canelo on to prop up the Charlos. You know what I mean? They dropped the ball. That never happened. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? This is the formula. And to me, it's annoying as fuck. And this is why, I put space between myself and boxing. Those of you
Uh,
who talk to me offline, y'all know what it is with me. But this is really literally, nigga, we got the banana in the tailpipe.
yeah.
And guess what? For casuals who don't watch boxing every weekend, for casuals who don't really know they asshole from a hole in the ground, they gonna be like, oh fuck, Pacquiao fighting. I know Pacquiao. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about the
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a familiar name. Jake Paul made money hand over fist fucking with Mike Tyson. He ain't fought in over 20 goddamn years.
Do you know who I feel sorry for a little bit too, Nine? I mean, they know the game, but I still feel a little bit sorry for them. So those fighters in the 147 division that have been getting paid $50 for each fight, working
Yep.
their ass off to get
Yep.
the shot, just
Yep.
see a 47-year-old, like, yes, he's a Hall of Famer and deservedly so, but
Mm-hmm.
just parachute straight over the top of them to
hmm
number 5 to
And
get a
see,
title
get this
shot.
though. This is the crazy thing about it. If you was Barrios, right? Would you rather fight Brian Norman for 500,000 or Pacquiao for 5 fucking million?
Oh, well,
Damn.
that's obvious, but I mean, when you think about it, it's a little bit embarrassing to beat up on a 46-year-old, but it's equally embarrassing if that 46-year-old tells you up. So
Facts.
there's really no win in
I
it for
agree, D. But you
Barrios
know
other
what's the
than his
problem with
bank
what you
account.
just said? A huge problem. Deeds,
With it.
you're a man and you have morals. These bastards don't have morals and they're not men. They're males professing to be men. That's the problem. I see it, you see it, Slick see it, one see it. And I would even go as far as to say, you know, um, the brothers that ain't here right now, shit, Punch, T.O. see it. Everybody, we all see it because we're all men and we got a certain moral compass about us. But these bastards, man, they coming to get paid. Nigga, Pacquiao's a name, rack it up, let's play. They will fuck around and dig up anybody with a name. Al has used, think about the three biggest names. Think about the three biggest names in the last 20 years. That would be Mayweather, that would be Canelo, and that would be Pacquiao. And guess what? He has used them to make a quick buck.
True shit.
And guess what? When your back is up against the wall and you Pacquiao and you fucked up your money, you're older in age, you're starting to think about, damn, I got to make life decisions. You got properties that's foreclosed on and all this other shit. And this motherfucker's talking about giving you 20 million. Fuck it. We seen this with Mike Tyson. Fuck it. I'll do it. A cool 20 million, that'll get me just right. Get me out of debt. Fuck it. I'm a Hall of Famer anyway. I deserve this. Fuck it. So they're really playing on everybody's emotions. They're playing on the fact that the older fighter was unwise with his money. See, you got to do more like a guy that's wise with his money, that's not flossy like a Andre Ward. You got to do a lot to get his ass in the ring. That's why they ain't got him in the ring yet. He's pretty good with his money. But look
Right.
at the guys that's drinking, smoking, boom, fucking around, all this shit. Think about it. These dudes fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And what better way? Look at, all right, you remember Rocky V, y'all?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that was my favorite movie, kind of.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Tommy the Duke Morrison in that
Yeah.
motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The promoter, Kane, or whatever the fuck, the black dude, the one that Rocky touched me, I'll sue. He was
Oh
literally
yeah.
trying to get Rocky, old brain bleed, punch drunk ass out of retirement, and was pressing him to get out of retirement. Why? So he could make a fucking dollar. Bro, we know the play. We've seen this shit before. There's no different with what they doing with Canelo, Pacquiao, Mike Tyson, all these guys. Think about it, bro. They the same shit. But I digress. I wish y'all luck on this show. This and the third. I gotta go. I gotta do some driving, man, and go to my grandbaby's birthday party. So
That's what's
yeah,
up.
man. Salute to y'all. Salute to the channel. Salute to everybody here. Everybody out there in YouTube world, X, all that shit, all these platforms. Y'all hit the like button and subscribe, because I'm telling you right now, these gentlemen, uh, one DJ, Slick, Punch Talk, To Heavy Bag TV. I believe that these are some of the brightest minds in boxing. So with that, I salute y'all and I holler at y'all and I'm out.
Right on, Nine. I appreciate that.
Salute, man. Peace.
Oh, I reckon I'm going to be catching up with Nine a little bit later. He doesn't know it yet. Look, bottom line is I don't buy the fight unless the undercard interests me.
It has to have a stacked undercard for sure. It
You got
needs the
chicken wings
supporting
there, Slick?
cast.
You hoeing
No,
into some chicken wings there?
no, a sandwich, man. Like I said, I went and bought me a sandwich, and I came home, cut the TV on, and it said the fight was on. That's why I had it scheduled for 2:00. I said, "See, this DAZN should be pissing me the fuck off."
Yeah, look, it's
For
caught me
real,
out
huh?
before. Honestly, I just woke up randomly early. I thought, oh, well, you just know you're not going to get back to sleep. So I got up, and then I was just in the back of my mind. I knew something was happening pretty early hours here because it's over in England. We're 10 hours in front of them, something like that.
Hmm.
And I just saw that it had already started. But this Taylor Bevan fight, I won't know until I actually see him, but Slick, I'm pretty sure that you've got in your messages for me to actually tell you to. I told you to go back and have a look at him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that no limit. That's on the no limit card, right?
No, no. Taylor Bevan, I think, has just started his pro career over there as it'll be feels like 168
Really?
maybe 175, but he looked pretty sharp and got on made out of there in his last fight.
Where'd you
So,
see him fight at?
just on one of the matchroom cards or rad season
Oh, okay.
cards.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was last year now.
Got you. I thought you
Oh,
were talking about the no limit card. See, and that didn't come on the zone over here.
I don't think I've asked you to have a look at anyone on a no limit card. Oh, yeah, I did. Young Cooper O'Connell. So, you know the lady that beat Jazzy Parr,
Right.
and Jazzy Parr went in on no limit and said that boxers under Glenn Jennings get favoritism.
Uh-huh.
Not the best career move,
No,
but
it wasn't.
so she got beat that night by Shannon O'Connell. So that's Cooper O'Connell's mother.
Damn. Or son box. That's crazy. Keep it in the family, goddammit. Round one. You still there?
Yep.
Did you see Jake's son Holly Holm? She boxing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I seen the
She coming back to
presser
boxing. She
yesterday.
in her 40s
Yeah,
too.
yeah. She's in her 40s, bro, and she's coming back to boxing because she signed to the GFL, but I don't know what happened to the GFL right now. So
Yeah.
thank God she got boxing, but yeah, she signed to. I think she signed to MVP. I think she
Yeah, that's
probably
why I said
signed
that
to
she
both.
MVP. She
Yeah,
signed
I
the
think
MVP,
she
bro.
signed to both because she signed the GFL first, but they haven't made a card yet. That's like a us MMA community call it the Grandpa Fighting League, but because it's like they signed like out of prime fighters, like
Oh, okay.
everyone, the most of the roster is like above 40, them old, so
Yeah.
that's but yeah, she signed to the Global Fight League, and I haven't seen her nothing yet about any fights, but then I heard she just like, and that was yesterday because I was watching highlights of the presser to the Chavez and Jake Paul the other day.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, I seen her walking up and she faced off with somebody. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? She's boxing, and I heard she was signed to the MVP now. I'm like, oh shit. So
Yeah.
she's a boxer again. Damn, that's crazy.
Yep. And she supposed to fight in July, I think.
I think that's when the fight is gonna. Yeah, because
That's
she's in the
crazy.
undercard of
And
the
she
Jake
old
Paul.
too, bro.
Yeah, she's
Old too.
old. She's like 41 or
Yeah.
42 maybe. Yeah.
They trying to MVP finna become, now this probably telling my age, but we used to have the WWF, and we after WWF used to go off, there used to be the women's wrestling. It was called Glow. Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. And that's what MVP finna become. The
Yeah, bro. They
Glorious
are.
Ladies of
Hey, there's
Boxing.
something. There's something called in the MMA. There's a promotion. It's an all-female promotion. It's called Invicta, and that's what I feel like MVP is gonna be. You know,
Nothing
just
but
like
girl boxers, because they
yeah,
signing female boxers left and right, left and right.
yeah, which is good though, because it's like there's like he could build a market off that or
Yeah,
something.
if
You
he could
know?
build a market off of it, salute to him, man. Salute
Yeah.
to
Well,
him.
they've just announced that they're starting Indo-Pacific. I think that's the right term. Arm of MMA over here.
Oh
So that'll
wow.
include all of the Tongan Islands, New Zealand, all of those as part of
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
um, a
You know.
stronger, I guess, Australasian sort of.
Okay, like
Um,
those Pacific Islanders and stuff like that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Yeah, man, because I mean, y'all motherfuckers is champions though,
Hey,
bro.
I'm about
Like
to say
we
that's
just
like
seen
y'all lame.
Volkanovski. Volkanovski just retained his featherweight title in a vacant shot, and then Jack Maddalena, JDM, fucking won the welterweight UFC title just like a week ago for the champ. So yeah, the Aussies, man, they
And they just
they just
UFC,
look forward,
karate
man.
combat,
Yeah.
all that shit. Aussies be
Yeah,
getting
bro.
down,
They
bro.
and yeah, man, and a lot. And I'll be watching one. So there's kickboxers from Aussie coming in, doing it. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers is taking over and shit, bro. It's
That's why I was saying
crazy.
that might be y'all lane, because every time I see an Australian fighter, they be getting busy and they win, bro. They not, because it's like they're not
Yeah,
slow
I
starters.
have never seen a boring Australian fighter
No, I
too.
haven't
Like
either.
I've never seen every fucking combat I watch of a sport of an Australian fighter. He's throwing hands, bro. Like the one I liked too was like that fool. Fuck, he was like 125 pounds. I think his name was Eric, but he's Aussie. And damn, bro, that motherfucker could throw hands,
That's what I'm
bro.
finna say. The one thing I noticed about all of them having in common is that none of them are slow starters. They come right out the gate. Ready. They're
That's
ready.
because they want to get to the pub as quick as they can, Slick. Get the fight over and done with and get to the pub.
Right, give my check so I go get
Yeah,
something to drink.
bro. I like that dude JDM though, bro. I was always keeping my eye on him on the UFC, and I'm like, man, if he fights for the belt, I would be surprised if he wins it, because I wouldn't be surprised because that motherfucker is good. He's on an 18 fight win, no, 19 fight win streak, bro. Only has
Damn.
two losses. Those two losses is his debut and his next fight. So after those two losses, he was sprinting in through the regional scene and then went to the UFC and just he's still on his run, bro. He's still on
Hey,
his
that's
run,
dope.
bro. Which is crazy because a lot of people when you see them, they lose those couple fights. People like Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor, like people like that, they lose those 1, 2 fights in the beginning, but then they start being like 16, 17 fight win streaks and shit like that. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn. So that motherfucker, he is on that path, bro, to be like one of the big stars and shit too.
Yeah, man, I gotta get some of that shit on here. That bare knuckle fighting though. Did you catch that last bare knuckle fighting card?
Last week,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, bro, that shit was crazy, dude. I forgot that one dude's name, but
You
I'm gonna
see
have to see
dude
the.
head get cracked all the way to the white meat, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh my dude, those bare knuckle fights, bro. Those get those get crazy, bro.
That shit,
Like
they need
those
to
get
get paid the
like,
most, bro. Them,
bro.
man, I went on Instagram, bro. Man, they showed that shit. He had a scar. Fuck, you know how Harry Potter scar is, nigga. That
Yeah.
motherfucker, that motherfucker from the top of his head down to the middle of his nose, and you can see his skull, bro. That shit was fucking crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. Some of these guys they get cut up, and it's like, fuck, dude.
Hey, you gotta
That's just
love that shit.
crazy, bro. That's just cool though. I like that shit.
And
And
I'm like,
I'm
what's
like,
the purpose of
damn.
putting hand wraps on their hands, bro? If you're gonna leave your
Just
knuckles
I
exposed.
mean, I don't even know. Just probably just not to break your hands bone or something. I'm not
But you
sure.
could, their
Bro,
knuckles is still exposed. Like it's not helping.
yeah, it's not even helping. Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
helping. We used
It's
to do a
not.
trick when we was kids, bro. We used to on purposely punch the walls, bro. That shit make your knuckles bigger, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell, bro. I'm like, every time I watch that shit, when I was live watching, I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just crazy,
If you in
bro.
the blood and
Like
gore and stuff like that, that's the shit to
that's the
watch.
yeah,
Cause
bro.
somebody
That's
getting
it.
cracked.
That should be crazy when people get cracked. Oh yeah, even like that UFC fighter I was talking about, JDM, that motherfucker cracked the champion. His lip split, like the top part of his lip is like split,
That's the
bro. I
worst.
was
That's the
like,
worst.
damn, bro.
Is
He
that
I
a
can
pride belt? Are they
yeah.
holding up a pride belt?
No, that's the
that's the
European belt, I think.
European belt. Yeah, I
That's the
always thought about
European
that shit
belt. I used to thought that too back then. It's like, what is
back then. I'm like, what is that, a
that?
pride belt or some shit?
Oh shit, man.
Shit, for
Kieron.
real. That's just funny.
Shout out to Kieron, bro. AD, that's another name. That's they remember we was talking about names when I was telling you about when I what was her name, man? Ebony Bridges, and when I first heard about Ebony Bridges and Chantel, and when they came out, I was like, what the fuck? That is not what I expect. And they were white, right? Kieron is another one of them names, bro.
Well, I guess
You
it's
don't
just
find
what you're
in
used to,
America,
but
you wouldn't find a white man named Kieron.
man, but with all the multiculturalism and different mothers and fathers and stuff now, there is no rule.
No, it never should have been, but it just what I mean, it enlightens me like how other countries, you know what I'm saying? When you live in one country, you think it's just one way, you know what I'm saying? And then somehow, some way, whether it's through boxing or you just watch travel videos and you experience other things like, damn, we do that too, or you think it's just in your culture and it's not. You know what I mean? Stuff like that
Yeah,
amazes
and
me. It amazes me. You know what I mean?
I think it's really just what you're used to when you're actually growing up.
Yeah.
But did you tell Pell you made him famous yesterday? I just told him there in the chat.
Yeah, Pell no, he told you, I've been famous. He been famous, bro. Pell been famous, man. Too Rich, what's happening, man?
Man, what's going on, Slick, man? Just listen to the combo, man. Good show, man.
Right on,
I
right
was
on.
I was wanted to add something. I heard y'all talking earlier about the turkey and all that.
Uh-huh.
And I think people are they missing it, man. They missing what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
That they think Turkey is supposed to come over here and compete with the PBC or top rank or somebody on a fight per fight basis. That's not what's going on. If we remove Turkey out the situation, he's just the misdirection. He's just the spokesman. It's the Saudi government that's putting on these fights. So government does not have to compete with any promotional companies. When government spends money, they spend money to move people. That's the next stage above money. It's moving people. So most people, Jeff Bezos or whatever, the Tesla guy, when they get to these billions of dollars, they immediately start to get involved with politics because now it's time to move people.
Well, you know, the Saudis are already been involved in our politics. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. They just gave us, what was that, $250 billion or something like that?
Yeah, they're ally. They're ally.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
like
what I'm saying.
they already, you know what I'm saying, been with us or whatever. But like, I get what you, so far I get what you're saying. That applies
Oh,
to like the REI cards and stuff like that. Cause you know they got their objective too. They gonna need help to complete that 2030 project or whatever it is they doing or whatever over there. So they getting
okay, so
something out of in return. So you know what I mean?
let's look what really is happening, right? Turkey came over here. He spent a bunch of money, and now they finna start a league, right? And everybody talking about, oh, he losing money. He losing money on the fight. He losing money on the fights, right? So I'm just gonna give you a quick excerpt right quick from New York Times 2024 before Turkey, before we even know what Turkey was, and they wasn't even mentioning Turkey. Turkey he just an entertainment guy.
Right.
That it's not his money. So in the New York Times, see, they said, let's see here, the wealth vehicle, the Saudi Arabian's giant sovereign wealth vehicle, the PIF, would finance the project. They talking about them coming into. They just talking. Here come the Saudis into boxing. Right
Right.
now,
Right.
they hadn't
Personal
got here
investment
yet,
fund.
so we get to
Right.
see where it started before we ever knew about it. It say the fund is holding final negotiations about dispersing. Now, the word disperse, if you look at the definition, means payment from a fund,
Right.
payment.
Right. Right.
So it will finance, the fund is holding the final negotiations about dispersing the initial investment. And that's a key word, the initial investment, said to be as much as $2 billion.
Yeah.
See, they planned it from the jump. So they say the
Yeah.
plan would require what would the plan will require them to spend $2 billion. See, their investment ain't even they ain't started the recouping process yet. So they're just sitting here basically making a spectacle. You see what I mean? Now, what's the goal? In
Well,
2024, the goal was to start a league. And if you look at that article, it gives you everything about the league. Like everything is already planned out. So now when we look at what's going on, we're just watching a plan play out in real time. You see what I mean? And
yeah.
it's not about profit. It's all to get to the lead because that's when the private company starts, TKO. That's the
Right.
private company. Right now we're dealing with the government. So when government, all I gotta do is say, hey, look, people, when we moving people, y'all look, and now we'll put the private company out there to start. And what happened? It rolls back now. The funds roll back. They already got the payment scale. And now they're just gonna promote it, not to us, to the kids, man. That's what the video game is about. All their plan is 10 years away. They're going to promote it to the kids because we look at the WWF or whatever they call it these days, and the UFC, they have much more kids at these events. People spend much more money when a kid's involved. In boxing, it's not a lot of kids in the audience. You know, people smoking weed, people doing what they do. It's not a lot of kids. So what I'm
Right.
saying, this thing is,
It's not the demographic that's gonna really spend the
yeah.
money.
So I'm saying people gotta understand this thing is because what happens when they
Well,
pull out?
I've been on it. I've been on it since that right there, the last sentence. And D should attest to this. I've been following Turkey since the jump he came in, right? And did my same research you did. You know, they've been trying to get in for golf and they couldn't get in like that, like they
Yep,
wanted.
you're right. You're right.
And so on, that's so off. And then here come Riyadh. And well, actually it was called it was called oh my God, what was it called? I don't know why I won't say safe, but it wasn't called safe. It was called Skill Challenge. They started Skill
Okay.
Challenge, which was to bring boxing to the Arabic countries, right? And they had their
Mhm.
cards on the zone, Skill Challenge cards. Then they blossomed from Skill Challenge to the Riyadh season. It blew up over there, so they started making events out of it. And they called it the Riyadh season. And when they started doing Riyadh season, they found that the Skill Challenge wasn't good enough, so they needed names. You know what I'm saying? And to
Mhm.
invite them there. And then if you notice, there was always an Arabic fighter on there, right?
Mhm.
In them on them cards, no matter which way it was, we watched an Arabic dude that had like 4 fights. He was a heavyweight. We watched Hamza Shiraz. We watched the young. Now they got the young dude. He's really from Britain, but he's Arabic. I can't remember his name. You know, but they're always on them cards. They're gonna always include there are people on those cards when it come to Riyadh season and whatnot. You move on from there when it got big and it looked like, then you got the PIF, which is personal investment fund, right? Look at it like a personal investment fund is a bunch of motherfuckers that got a lot of petty cash that's willing to give cash to make money. Public, right? So
public investment fund.
Right, public investment fund, right? So now you take that or whatever. Now they done made Riyadh season bigger than life is generating what they want to generate because that is part of a political thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They want to get in sports. They giving America money, this and third. Like I said, if you go look at it's public record about the 20, I think it's called the 2030 project where they're building all these tourist places and shit. One called the Wall, a ski resort. It's like 5 of them, right? They're gonna need help on that because they say they on schedule, but they're technically not, right? And then you go on from that. You take Turkey that buys Ream magazine. Now Ream magazine is all turkeys. Turkey really wants to do something and it wants to stake his claim, like DJ stated earlier, and like you stated, he's just the entertainment officer, as we would call him over here. Like you just a promoter type dude. You just, hey, the prince say he want to be entertained today, go find him some entertainment type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what he is. You know, but I think a part of him is like, I want to own something. You know what I'm saying? I won't just be known as such. I don't want to be just known as that. So you take these ring cards, that's Turkey. That's not them. Turkey wants to lay a claim of something that's his. And I think that's what the TKO thing comes. Now, the part that you're talking about, Garner Eyes and all that, that is Turkey playing. It's no, I said that. There's no reason why he went to the to TKO. Look at WrestleMania. It's the second biggest event than the Super Bowl, bro. People go there, he see the storylines. Look at how he make them act at their press conferences, bro. You see what I'm saying? He wants the storylines. He see, think about it. He been learning along the way. He taking a bit of UK. If you ever watch UK fights, do you see how the intros is? They got billboards behind them, pyrotechnics. The fans go crazy. All of that stuff. Look at the ring card with Conor Ben and Eubank Jr., right? Tell me, when they was coming out, that should remind you of WWE, especially when they put his daddy in that limo and he get the way he got out. It was like part of a WWE promotion. Like, what the fuck are we watching? But the crowd went bananas.
Man, that shit was awesome, man. That shit was awesome, man.
So he knows the storylines is what captivates people and make people want to see what happens next. And you build that and you take all of that to TKO. But the only thing stopping him is that he can't have a true say-so because boxing is, like DJ said, this is the wild, wild west, bro.
Yeah.
He
got to get rid of that.
Everybody. He tried to trap everybody by bringing everybody to the zone, right? He got everybody there, but everybody know he owned 12 to 13% of the zone. So whatever everybody do on the zone, he's eating off of it. But he truly doesn't have any say-so. They still could tell him, no, we don't want to be a part of that. Fine. Let me go make my own shit. And if I can get by that Ali Act, that changed the rules for everybody. Everybody's on one accord. Everybody's on one thing. Now, who's still funding you motherfuckers, though? So you still either gonna do what the fuck I say, or you just gonna be left out. You're gonna be left out. So he has this hidden agenda within the hidden agenda with
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's still an agenda. It's just not the agenda I think everybody thinking on the surface. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
I mean, like, he needs
I got
to,
plenty
like
of
I
videos
said,
over here on that shit, bro, where like I was watching him when I said, dude, he finna start fucking with these sanctioning bodies. And everybody was like, no. I said, y'all not peeping this? Why the ref got a fucking Riyadh season sticker on it? It was a WBA fight, right? Sanctioned bout. I was like, why you got that? As soon as I went to the WBA site, Riyadh season at the top. A week after that, who dropped the WBA? Box Red. Fuck the WBA. You know why? Because they feel like they influenced. How are you sponsored? How are you a sanctioning body that's basically saying that you're being sponsored? That's like a conflict of interest, bro. We talk about the WBC all day, how they probably taking money under the table, but we never see it in our face like that. You get what I'm saying? Or they changing rules and changing rankings, but we don't ever see the cash change hands. But when you put that Riyadh season on your fucking platform, on your website, it's like, bro, you being paid by these fools. You get what I'm saying? So they got dropped. So yeah, it's definitely trying to stick their fingers in, and boxing is definitely one of the sports that would be the easiest for them to get in golf. They saw how that shit went. That was a no-go. And then basketball, football is a no-go. You get what I'm saying? those are clubs that are goddamn me regulated. Boxing is
Yeah,
the only one that's not regulated.
it's not regulated. Just like the music industry, it ain't regulated.
Right. So if he could put all this shit together and garner eyes of TKO, then yeah, and make a product out of it. But the only way he could see by making it into a product is it has to be regulated in some sort.
Well,
This is why
think
boxing
about,
is not a product. And if it was a product, it'd be a commodity. Everybody be
but
clamoring towards it because we'll know
and
what to expect.
I'm telling you, if you're gonna build something new, you have to tear down the old one. So he
And
dumped a
that's the
bunch of
Ali
money.
Act.
Yeah, but look, he dumped a bunch of money into boxing, and people don't think this is the boxing hasn't been better. If nothing, about how many more cards we had, right? So a lot of these promotion come, they eating off turkey money. Okay, cool. We getting a lot of fights. Fights are good right now.
Yes.
Everybody putting on good fights, right? Okay, what happens when Turkey pulls his money out now?
Well, we
What
seen that
are the rest
before.
of these promotion companies gonna do? Are they gonna be
We
scrambling out? Can they still put on these kind of cards?
I think
Are they? You
it's
see what I
crippling
mean?
America. I think this is the thing.
Exactly,
Take
exactly.
that
That's the
take
play.
that what you
That's the
said.
play.
Take that what you said, and we seen it happen to. We did it to ourselves in America. We did it with Don King. Don
Yeah,
King puts
yeah.
on some of the best fucking cards we've ever seen. And the minute that shit he went south, everything boxing went south. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Um,
yeah.
it's no secret why he bought Ring Magazine. There's no secret why he's coming after. Damn, he finna take this dude out of there. Fuck, he beating his ass in this corner. They threw the towel in. I knew it was coming. He was fucking his ribs up. But take it from an American standpoint why he bought Ring Magazine and he's infiltrating American boxing because American boxing is the only country that's suffering at the moment like that. UK don't have no problem. I can see
No, they
Eddie
don't have
still
no problem.
thriving. I can see Eddie
Yeah,
thriving. Period. He got UK on lock. Matchroom, Queensbury, they got that shit on lock over there. So if he leave, it don't fucking matter because in the UK they have managed to make it a commodity. Their fans know what to expect. UK boxing is not based off American boxing. Yes, they
no,
like
it ain't.
seeing American
It
boxing.
ain't.
Yes, when they cross over, they make more money because American boxing, this and the third. But they machine gonna keep going. American boxing ain't it's not built like UK boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he got them all in the trick bag right now. You got top rank Golden Boy, PBC, shaking hands at the moment with this dude. And if he pull out, it's like, what do they got?
Yeah.
Especially if the belts go elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? They put us on his toe post. So it's easy to look like you the savior when it was already in shit. You see what I'm saying? He's
The other
over his
part about that is once he starts to pull his money, fighters are going to have to learn that they're going to have to take fights for less money
Yeah.
yes.
because
Yeah.
there's just not the best. So that's going to stall things
Well,
out
yeah,
all over
that's
again.
one thing
The
too.
risk for me in all of that is that, well, not the risk for me. I just hope that the scrambling for the money and the big fights doesn't make the divide happen all over again, where promoters aren't willing to cross the street. That's the bit I don't want boxing to go back to. And
Right.
Slick, you and I have spoken about it and said, well, now that they know that they can work together and have a good product, plenty of food on the table, everyone can make money, right? That they're stronger unified than what they are divided,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Whether it's with or without Turkey, that's
But that's
just
but that's what they should have did before because if they would have did that before,
Exactly.
they would not
Exactly.
needed Turkey, bro.
Exactly.
If they would have started
Exactly.
playing ball, they would have made a conglomerate. They still could have been separate, but just played with each other. When they had their number one, they had no problem in making a number one fight with another guy. They could have been making their own super
I
fights.
I don't disagree with that, but they actually needed to learn how to do it again.
Yeah, yeah,
Someone needed to bring them together
Yeah.
and just
Yep. Yep.
slap their heads together and say, "Look, you're being economic dumbasses.
for
Work
real.
together, and you run well. You're probably going to have greater profit margins. You feel like you're giving money away, but really, you got a bigger stomach. There's more food on the table for you to eat.
Yeah,
So, look, it's too rich. Have you been up here before on
yeah,
Slick's
I,
channel?
yeah. I've been up here before. Yeah, I've been up here before.
Yeah,
Not often. I hear often on when I'm at work, but I listen though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I done heard all y'all. I listen. I listen a lot. I heard all y'all. I feel like I
Uh-huh.
know y'all.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. They had to go through all this through the bullshit just to learn. It's sad that it's sad that they couldn't look at another model like the UK and make it happen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
But
you know, you got to put it. It's more of a money grab with America because like over in America, they always trying to make the biggest cards, the biggest this. Whereas UK, man, they just make it a commodity. Like it don't have to be the biggest card, right?
well,
We're gonna promote
well,
that these guys can fight versus a persona or a name. Now, when that name does emerge, yes, we will promote the fuck out of it, but we're gonna let you fight to earn that name. We're not gonna just promote you because you good looking and you know how to talk good on the mic, but when you get in that fucking ring, you really ain't shit. That's not how the UK operate. You get what I mean? So
yeah. The other part about that is let's call it what it is. Life and society at the moment's about greed. It's all about chasing money. It's not just in
yep,
boxing, right? It's in all sports. It's in politics. It's in business, right? Somehow the world's been tricked in. If you've just got more of this little rectangular bit of paper that's got a number on it, somehow that makes you better than everyone else. But look, you, I'm going to ask you too, Rich, because you came in and you brought up some really good points. And just speak for you rather than the whole boxing community.
Mhm.
But for you, do you actually, at the end of the day, do you really care who the promoter is and where the money's coming from? If you're just getting the product that you want, you're getting better fights, or you're getting more fights more often. Like this is the part where I try to detach myself and go, well, it's not money. The only money that's coming out of my pocket is for a pay-per-view that I decide to buy, right? So am I sitting there watching a card and going, well, I'm actually supporting Saudi Arabia, or I'm supporting PBC, or I'm supporting Matchroom? So I don't think about it like that. I'm just going, I want to watch a product that is hopefully the best fight and the best. And if it's not the best fight and the best, really good matchups, right? To find out who is the best. And then I don't care who's spending their money to make that happen.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I don't care nothing about the money, man. I'm into the sport. I want to know who the best. And what I like about the turkey cards compared to what the American cards had become was the matchups were closer together. The fight might not play out like we think we're gonna fight, but we buying the matchup. We're buying the matchup. So I
right,
like the matchup.
Buying
Okay,
them. Yeah.
in
So
America, you hear a lot about.
contest.
You hear a lot in America about this fight is for the casuals, for the casuals, for the casual. A fight for the casual is a 9,000 to 1 odds where a guy get a knockout, and it's like the casuals are the patsies. It's like a hustle, and the casuals are the patsy. But now we're hooked on our own supply of a casual fight. So we
right,
don't see the best fight no more. It's the two best guys. They call the best fight now the one they're gonna make the most money. Where the one they're
right.
gonna make, but it don't have to be the best fighters to make money. You see what I mean? But I do like UK fights because I think they put better matchups on. I like Eddie Hearn because yeah, you might lose with Eddie Hearn because your ass gonna be in a stiffer matchup. I like the matchups. I like boxing as a sport. I don't believe none of these numbers they tell you anyway. So I don't care nothing about the business, who putting it on. I don't care nothing about none of that. If you're a businessman, make your money. You gotta do what you gotta do in business. I'm here to watch the sport. I'm not seeing the financials. You know what I mean? I
And
don't care about the ticket sales. I don't care about none of that.
and to add to that, the financial aspect didn't come into the PBC fucking conglomerate came in.
Exactly. That again.
That's why I
There
said
you go.
PBC was a promotional like a publicist company. Oh, they'd be the shit because they was
Oh
making
yeah.
fighters look way better than what the fuck they was. They made you fall in love with how they look, who they was, the jewelry, all of that shit. You know, they mouths, how they speak, they talk a lot of trash. But when they get in the ring, it doesn't equate. It does the shit they talk is not equating. You get what I'm saying? And that's where people start paying attention to the money and this and that and all. Oh, he ain't making this because they really didn't have no talking points on their favorite fighter. So the only next thing you could talk about, well, your fighter ain't making it. If your fighter is shit, how come he ain't making what my fighter making? You get what I'm saying? And it turned into that bullshit. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, they don't make any sense. Instead of just promoting boxing as a product, like you said, the best
Hmm.
matchups. We may not get the number ones all the time fighting number one,
Yeah.
but make the best fucking matchups. And that's what the UK do. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we just watched Kieron got rid of Gerome. And that was I was watching while I'm talking to y'all, and that was a good ass motherfucking fight. They made that man throw the fucking towel in. Dude started crying. He didn't want to stop, but his corner's like, fuck that. He beating your ass. You know what I mean? Shit
What
like that. Just good
that fight a
matchups.
couple weeks ago with Lee Woods and what's his name?
Yeah.
Man, that was a fight, man.
Yeah,
That
it
was a
was.
good fight, man.
So it's just like
Taylor
it's okay to
Taylor
have those.
versus, what was that fight I asked you to go back and watch, Slick? That was Taylor versus, that was a good
Man.
fight too, right? But to your point, Slick, perfect example of where the money takes the spotlight rather than the contest. You guys call it the sport. I like the contest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was the whole Brian Norman and Boots Ennis saga that played out publicly.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to hear that shit again.
Yeah.
Go
And
do your business behind closed doors.
right. And everybody, all the fans was concerned about the money like them.
Yeah.
Not the fight.
Yeah.
Well, if he wanted, he should have took the 2.5. Well, if he wanted, he should have offered more. Well, that's all it was about. Everybody became a manager at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I just want to see him fight, bro. Let's talk about what skill set Boots got that can give Brian Norman a problem. Let's talk about, can Brian Norman skill set give him a problem? You know what I'm saying? If it happened, bro, like, but that's not what people were doing. That's not what people were doing. And over here,
Yeah.
we just, like I said, we good for building motherfuckers, and then all of a sudden they don't pan out. You know what I mean? That's why, like now, Boots would not be getting the kind of flack that he getting if he wasn't put on that pedestal and just let the boy fight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a good fighter named Boots, XYZ, this, that, and the third. But now we seeing fighters that we feel like, okay, he fought Kieron. Kieron shouldn't have given him problems. That's what everybody feel like. And they shitting on Boots for that. You see what I'm saying? The Avanesian felt like he shouldn't have gave him that. You know what I mean? It's like, just let him fucking fight, bro. And quit putting that type of worth on him. Because when you put that type of worth on them, the minute you see them lose, America feel like they not shit. See, in the UK, you could lose and come back 6 months
Yeah,
and
that's
win a
the thing
fight.
about
And they still
America
had
too.
love, and they still had love for that boxing because they look at them in a different aspect. It's not segregated like American boxing, whereas I said this before, like Bill made that statement. I didn't feel like he was right, but like Mexican fighters, you know, they're referred as warriors. Mexican, American, Black American fighters, we say they dogs, you know, X, Y, and Z. Whereas American UK fighters, all of them warriors. That's how the fans look at them. If they get in that fucking ring, whether the dude lose or one win, they chant that man on, bro. And if the
Yeah.
loser come back in
Yeah, bro,
6
but that's
months and
just
he win,
American.
he back
But
on top. You get
hey,
what I'm saying?
you know what Rampage Jackson said? Why he liked fighting at Pride over there in Japan. He's all like, man, out here in the UFC, these American people, they just talk shit. I lose, they be talking shit. But then, out there in Japan, I lose a good fight. They're clapping. They're clapping. They're applauding me while I'm fucking got my ass beat walking back. So
It's
it's
where
like,
the respect is.
man,
It's because it's a
yeah,
respect factor. Because it all boils down to it at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck that loser lost, not loser lost, but that guy that lost, right?
I mean,
Motherfucker,
yeah,
you got asked,
American.
are you gonna go get in there and get
Yeah.
hit like that?
Americans, yeah, we get rowdy, even in a baseball game or something. I mean, sometimes I'd be looking at like, damn, who's trying to get rowdy over there or something.
Right.
Someone's fighting, security got to get them out. And they're like, what the fuck? So it's Americans. I
I
mean,
just wish
shit,
that like the All American promotion had took a look at that. Like it's undeniable. I understand about American pride, I understand all of that shit and all that. But if they obviously they doing something right. Do you see okay, this little fight here. The stadium packed. The
But
stadium
that's the thing.
packed.
That's going back to like what my boy Real right here was saying. But to me, it's like if you look at like Saudi, like their boxing events, like they're not packed. He's
But
gonna
those
need
I
to.
tried to explain that to you. Those are smaller venues and those venues
Yeah,
tend to
yeah,
be
yeah.
for
But
their
that's what I'm thinking. He's gonna
for the
have to.
sheiks and all of that.
Yeah, yeah. But he's gonna
The
have
white
to.
robes.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. Because if he looks at it, look at the WWE don't do that. They pack their shit when they go to Saudi and shit, right? If you look at other events that have there's always packed. So he's gonna have to, bring that
I think he can. I think he
he
can.
can. He's gonna have to do
I
that,
think
and
that
he's
like
gonna
a part
wanna.
of you. I think a part of you missing though. Like when you next time you go watch, okay, and the higher ups you see the fans and them 20 rows down at the bottom, you don't see number white robes, bro. See when you see stuff like that, that's for those the higher ups. You get what I'm saying? That's why, like that last fight he had, they was like, oh, it's at a 6,000 venue. It wasn't meant to pack. That was for the Saudis, like not Saudis, but like the sheiks. You get what I'm saying? They got the top dollar, the big money, them type of people. You get what I mean? Like Russia do it, or used to do all the time. I used to catch Bivol on a whole lot of them type of fights in Russia on HBO, where it wasn't number white tables with white cloths on top, everybody in tuxedos watching Bivol fight. It was not meant to pack out. It was meant just for the elite. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But
well, let me ask you this: in the UK, do they have like we consider them more hardcore? Do they have terms like casual? Do they even think like that or talk like that?
I had a guy up here. He used it. Yeah, he was like, we say casual fans or whatever.
Okay.
People, he said they use it, but like he really broke it down to me. Like, he was like, we could have a fight. And I'm gonna tell you, fuck that. I'm not even gonna tell the story. But one thing that did stick out, he was like, we pack. He said one thing I know is the difference between UK and America. He said we'll be like, it's a packed house, and if I say that to an American, he gonna tell me, but you didn't sell it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, so the fuck what, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? We show up for our fighters. Whereas he said he's watching American cards. And this was a question that he asked me. He was like, how come when I watch an American card, y'all don't show up to the event until damn near the main fight for the start?
Exactly. Yeah.
Y'all don't support the undercard. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I understand prelims. He was like,
We ain't
but
gonna
the
support
entire
Teal's
card,
racist ass.
So like the entire card, I felt them on that though, because people, you can't lie. We'll time that shit out. Like, oh, when does the last fight? I'm on here commentating, and I get people coming in and be like, what time does the tank fight start? They don't care about nothing before the
I
tank
don't
fight.
care about nothing.
It's just that tank fight. And this was back when Pitbull was on his undercard, right? And I'm like, shit, y'all not gonna watch Pitbull? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? And then lo and behold, who did he end up fighting? Pitbull. And I keep telling everybody, watch the fucking undercards, man. Y'all got Giddies. That's where they come from. Where you think Tank came from? Where you think, you know what I mean? They didn't make you go to prelims, if you make the undercard, that's actually fucking pretty good. You get what I'm saying? And if you can showcase your ass on that undercard, you fuck around, find yourself headlining somewhere. It may not be a pay-per-view off the bat, but you'll find yourself headlining. You know what I mean? You got to, I don't know, but that was a great point that he was like, we support the whole fucking main card. He was like, prelims, but he was like, the main card, everybody's there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I do think that's why I don't sometimes. Now, me watching the fight on TV, I don't care about the audience, but I do think when you stack these cards, people still think the same way. It's a stacked card, but they still gonna show up for the most part, the main event.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I done threw fight parties. I'd be like, we starting this motherfucker at 7. Man, everybody show their ass up about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because they just want to see the main event. That's it. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, man, it is a big difference. And I wish they would top rank, especially top rank, man. If you look at, like, I've been did the math on it. If you could have made PBC your publicist, if you could make top rank like your beginner league, and then say make Golden Boy and all them like your graduation league, it would fare well, because everybody go through top rank. Everybody.
Hey, well, let me give you a scenario of what could happen. Right?
Yeah.
Turkey
It'll have be some order.
Yeah, Turkey starts the TKO league, right? Then these promoters on this side, they go ahead and, like, we hearing about the rumors about PBC and Top Rank and PBC and Golden Boy might be working together. Well, go ahead and form your own league. Come together and form your own league. Now you got 2 different leagues, and then about 10 years they merge as one, and now we got the NFL of boxing.
Or
That's
that
how the
number
NFL
one,
got
or they
started.
number one go against that number one.
Oh, that
However
number
it
one,
go.
yeah, but eventually they'll realize they merged together. Now they'll have an NFL, because that's how the NFL happened. They had 2
the
different leagues, and
AFC,
then they
right?
merged.
NFC, right?
Oh
Exactly,
yeah,
bro.
they did.
But
I
it's
think
still,
it's
but
gonna
at the same
take
time, still
time, though. It's
separate.
gonna
You
take
feel
a
me?
lot of time. They're gonna
Yeah.
start from the bottom. Like when they get the fighters, they're gonna start from the bottom. You know,
But the thing is, here's the thing though. If they leave the Ali Act alone, to be honest with you, they wouldn't have to. Because one thing I am noticing that people ain't talking about, a lot of these fighters are trying to do 2-fight deals, 3-fight deals. They're not trying to get locked in where, like, if I become champion, that's an extension on my contract. They're not trying to get all them formalities. They just saying, hey, I want to sign you for 2 fights, bro, and this is my price. You see what I'm saying? Which is how it should be. Like I said, I got an interview with Bob Arn where he said to himself, he said, I wish I can go back in the day where I could sign Sugar Ray Leonard for 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? because these fighters want too much and they want to say too much and this and the third. And I think it should go back to that. So if it was that turning point was to happen, TKO wouldn't have a fucking problem. You get what I'm saying? It's just the pay of TKO would probably have to change because that's
Yeah, well,
something.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if it's gonna be like that UFC pay and shit, that shit's gonna take a long time to like even
Yeah.
rise or shit like that. The only thing we gonna see is like the best fight the best, or like they would put, how the UFC does, shit like
Uh-huh.
that. But at the same time, that's gonna take a long time, man. I would think so.
Well, the thing is, you see, that's the big deal about like you got Shakur. Like Shakur could be the spirit ahead on that, right? This is his last fight with Matchroom, right? If he show up and show out, Matchroom gonna put a bigger bid in to keep him. And what I mean a bigger bid in, remember they were saying he was supposed to get like 2.5 to 5 million a fight or something like that. Well, okay,
Yeah.
this is his last fucking fight. If he go in here and decimate Zepeda, bro, you think Eddie ain't finna be like, hey man, I know we told you 2.5 to 5, but can we give you 5 for your next 2 fights? Each.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So the pay scale, in that essence, that will give birth to that pay scale. You earning your pay scale. You get what I'm saying? You're not just gonna be
yeah.
a
That's
guy that's
true.
giving these
That's
bum
true.
fights
That's but
and giving
that's
us these
true.
bad
That's I
performances and
mean,
think you deserve more. You get what I mean?
that's true. That's true. I mean,
And,
Turkey, he don't have all the money, so
if you look at TKO pay scale, people talking that trash, man. That pay scale better than a lot of boxers right now. We just looking at the best boxers, and we're looking at the money
Right,
they make.
right,
If you look at the
right,
average
right,
boxer,
right, right.
that's
That's a
actually
good
good.
pay. That's a good
Yeah,
yeah,
pay.
true.
we just talked about Brian Norman made
Shit,
100,000 his last fight, 300,000 or whatever. So if he would
man,
be getting
fuck that.
750 a pop,
Yeah, but
shit, that's
shit,
good money.
fuck that. Some of these motherfuckers, like you say, man, they getting paid per round.
Yeah, that's why I picked when the pay scale came
Some of
out.
these
People
motherfuckers
are
get
like
paid per round, bro.
well, that's when the pay scale
Damn.
came out. Like the MMA like fans were like, man, what the fuck is Dana doing? Or like, kind of like trickling like Dana should do this for the pay for UFC and shit, because they used to have all the shit before the Reebok deals and shit like that. He
Right,
cut them
right.
out, so shit like that. But yeah, man, I mean, I see the pay. You're right. For like we're talking about the main guys. That's nothing for them. But for the guys who start in and shit, that's
But
some good money there, bro.
but nonetheless though, that could start, like I say, that's the brink of it. If you can show up and show out and you constantly showing up and show out, your pay deserves to go up. If you just gonna stay average, you deserve that average pay. You get what I'm saying? That's how I wouldn't mind it being that way. But like for instance, and this for Too Rich, like you got fighters that I've seen on ESPN that fight local. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes them
Yeah,
local shows, they getting like $100 a round, bro. Or they gotta sell tickets. They sell
Yeah, they
their
got to
own
sell.
tickets
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keep they shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then you finally see them on ESPN. ESPN might have gave him 10 grand. You get what I'm saying? And out of 10 grand, you still gotta pay his trainer. You still gotta pay X, Y, and Z. You get what I mean? So
Hey, what Tank say he when he fought Pedraza, he got 10 grand. He
yeah,
ain't give him 10 grand.
yeah, bro. And people still talk about that fight like that was the biggest fight he ever done had.
Hey, cause look, this is the sad part, man. Just think about it naturally, right? If we got a job and we making 1.2 million or something like that, we probably in the office, or we on the high end, we in the office, right? More than likely. But if we're on the low end and we making 20 or $30,000 a year, we probably in the warehouse, we probably in the fast food restaurant, we probably
Right,
somewhere working harder.
right.
When the money's a little bit low, those fighters gonna fight harder.
Yeah, yeah,
They're gonna
100%.
fight hard. See, I've been saying, I said, bro, you could control the money. Okay, it don't matter if you said it at $2 million for the championship fight. But if you put the dude in a real fight, not a patsy fight, put him in a real fight and he get beat, you reset the market now. You got a
Yeah,
new fighter that's on the bottom of the market, and now you push him, you keep putting him in a real fight because you trying to get him knocked off. And that controls the money by itself. You see what I
right.
mean? But the problem is they want to take one fighter and ride him all the way to the bank. So they got to put him in favorable fights. You see what I mean? When you could just crash him out and it would control the money. That's what
R-
TKO gonna do. It's gonna work, man. It's gonna
Yeah,
work. People just don't.
yeah.
It's gonna take about 5 or 10 years to work, but it's
If
gonna work.
if TKO if the paradigm shift before TKO hits, where, like I said, if you a lot of these fighters start going for 2-fight deals and things like that, proving their worth and getting that money, then TKO ain't gonna have no problem popping off because say Shakur do this fight and TKO was to pop off the very next month, they could already be in negotiation with Shakur and say, hey, come over here, you was getting 2.5, we'll give you 3.5 for 2 fights. That's gonna help TKO big time, and he not
Yeah,
stuck at TKO. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying? He gets to shop himself around again. Look at Edgar Berlanga. He headlining. He not signed to no motherfucking body. You see what I'm saying? He about to make a big ass check with Turkey. He not signed with nobody. After he done
yeah,
with Turkey, he can go somewhere else and make a big check. If these fighters can get into that type of arithmetic versus being stuck, you know what I'm saying, and it risk being put on the shelf like PBC fighters, or I don't know if y'all remember when Mikey Garcia took that damn near 3-year layoff to get off Top Rank. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Wasted 3 good years because he was on
yeah.
fire. You know what I mean? You know, TKO wouldn't have a problem. And a lot of these other, to be fair, a lot of these other American um, promotions will be a lot bigger than what they are. Look. Okay, case in point. You think? Okay, look at it like this. Look at it like this. Okay, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo. If Canelo didn't get his ass out that Golden Boy contract, start shopping himself around, will he be big as he is now?
Yeah.
You know why he big as he is? Because he went to the highest bidder. How much you gonna
Yeah.
give me to fight your number one guy? All right, how many fights? Three fights for how much? Oh, 80 million? I could do that. Bet. Let's get these 3 fights out the way. After that, I'm shopping myself again. You know what he was doing? Shopping himself to fight everybody, number 1, number 2, and number 3. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he made his fucking money. It's and in the essence of it, becoming larger because he was winning.
Yeah, that's true. I remember
If
he
you,
did
I mean, I'm
go to
saying, looking
Eddie
at it that way,
deal. Yeah.
he got the Turkey. Turkey got paid what he weighed. You see what I'm saying? He finna fight Terrence, and I don't know why I think Benavidez gonna fit in there somehow, some fucking way. But he getting paid what he weigh because he's been proving it. He's been proving. What we say he made a career off fighting smaller fighters or whoever. That's who the fuck that promoter paid him to fucking fight. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if these boxers can get on that same type of arithmetic, man, it'll be great for all promotions, I think, and it'll be great for like if TKO new guys like Gold Star, you got boxer promotions, you got these smaller guys, man, it'd be big
Man,
as shit.
even Pro Box put on some good cards, man.
Hell
On the
yeah. I
bullshit,
love Pro
man.
Box,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
I love Pro Box,
Oh,
Shit.
bro.
hell
If
yeah, bro. Pro Box,
yeah,
that shit,
if you
bro.
want to see an even fight, just 2 guys at an even level fight, man, they put on some good fights, man. You know,
Hell yeah. I love Pro Box, bro.
See,
I
see,
remember
there's my theory on how the business ruin a good boxer, right? So they watch it for talent. So they see this guy at the bottom. He coming up in the amateur. He's fighting people that's even to him. You see what I mean? And he's
right.
beating them. He's standing out. He's showing he got his talent. Then the business gonna get him and say, okay, now it's time to make money off of him. So how we gonna make
Right.
money? Let's put him in there with lesser competition and
Yep.
lesser competition so we can make money. Now they don't realize they dumbing his skill down little by little. They dumbing it,
That's why I
and
say
then
you keep
you get
feeding them
these
fish, he ain't gonna know how
offensive
to fish.
fighters. You get offensive fighters with no defense because they ain't worried about nothing coming back. Then when you get them to the highest spot, they get exposed. You see what I
Say
mean?
that.
It's not
See,
being
there
as
you
good
go.
as you thought they were.
I told you round 1. See how I see it. What he say? These offensive fighters ain't got what? No defense.
Yeah, no
None.
defense.
They don't
But
have
that's because they've been
none.
put in there with less competition. They
That's
had
right.
defense, but they keep getting put in with less competition, less
And they don't know how to
competition.
use it. They don't know
Yeah,
how to use it because they can
yeah,
walk through them guys.
yeah.
Exactly, bro.
That's why I just
Exactly,
can't
bro.
firmly believe in Boots, man. Just a look, he
Bro.
looked good against Stanionis, but he still took the same shots when he took them.
Yeah.
Same pulling back with the head straight up in the air. Like,
Yep.
come on, man. You telling me ain't somebody gonna catch that dude, man, sooner or later?
Man, on
See,
everything, that's where I've been at with it for like the last couple shows. These motherfuckers ain't got no defense, and
yeah,
I'm
no
standing on
defense.
it.
Cause
These niggas ain't got none.
they've been convinced to play rock'em sock'em robots, bro. All
To
these
the
casual fights, they've been convinced to dumb down the defense, just starts throwing hands basically,
I had
and
compared
they
it
ain't
to
gonna have
the
no skill.
NBA. I compared it to the NBA. I said, man, the way I'm watching this era of boxing right now, this class of boxers remind me of the NBA. They bring all them European fighters in that motherfucker.
Yep,
I mean, in the league, and now
yep,
you could travel, you could do all this shit, and it's just a
yep.
shooting ass league. Damn, he knocked this dude down already, motherfucker. Who are you, bro? We were just talking about no defense, boy. You was getting your ass whooped. It's still 2 minutes, 12 seconds left on the clock in the first round.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
What fight coming on today?
Fisher, Allen versus Fisher.
Okay.
That's on right now. Yeah. It's the second, it's a rematch. But no, on everything though, the defense played a part to the point where everybody we was debating on the running and shit and all that stuff. They talking about what we supposed to do, and everybody coming. I'm watching people videos. What do y'all just want to stand in the middle of the ring and just get hit? No, motherfucker, you ever heard of James Toney, Sweet Pea Whitaker, and all these motherfuckers, Mayweather, nigga, the pull counter is a form of offense and fucking defense.
Hell
Your jab
yeah,
is a form of offense and defense. Where the fuck is that at? Why they don't know how to slip punches in the inside? Why they don't know how to bend their waist? Why the fuck they don't know how to do none of that? I was telling somebody, so when you say things like that, you taking away from James Toney. Are you saying James Toney was stupid? Fuck no, James Toney was a monster in the pocket, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the nigga throw 9 punches at James Toney standing in front of his face and couldn't touch him. Like, this shit is like redundant to me, and it's like when you say that, you telling these kids it's all right to just not have defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Or
bullshit.
I'm like this. If y'all want to see these knockouts, right? Y'all want to see so many. I used to like to watch 15-round fights, man. I used to
Yeah,
like watch
hell yeah.
15-round fight. But
Yeah.
anyway, if y'all just want to see a knockout, why y'all training kids to be fundamentally sound, use defense and offense in the way that they talk with footwork and everything? Why are they not being trained to knock a person out? Don't train them a certain way, then tell them give up all your training to sell out and just go for a knockout. Well, train them to knock out. If you want them to knock people out, train them like that. If you can't train them like that,
to do that,
you got to have a sophistication to understand what you're looking at.
There you go. Because if that's the case, you said the first word came out your mouth was feet. You got to train from the feet up, man. You got to train them how to move, not run, not just go backwards and forward. They got some lateral movement and all that shit. Like, they don't be having that no more, bro. They don't. They think winning a fight is just counterpunching.
It's an attack on the Black American fighter, man. That's what it is. Cause look, before they start talking all this stuff, when they talked about Cuban fighters, that's all they talked about was the movement, the footwork, the movement. Nobody had a problem with movement. Nobody had a problem with movement. You understood Laura's gonna move around the ring. You understood those fighters were gonna move.
We watched them do that forever, though. That's
forever. That's what I'm saying. But now, when Black Americans started to do it, now it's a bit. Now I'm not saying sit there, run around the ring, not throw punches. That's not what I'm saying either.
Okay.
But y'all just trying to say, hey, stop moving so much, stand in the pocket and fight like that. It's like you gonna fight Fundora, and you telling me you gonna stand right there with this big old tall dude, and you ain't gonna use no movement.
That's why
what
I said when it's warranted, right?
Yeah.
You take if you took Javante, right?
That's how he got knocked out
and
first,
Shakur,
though.
right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you put and do you think I think Shakur should stand there with Tank? No.
No, why would he?
He should, but you gotta make a miss and make you pay. You can't go in there and do what we saw that weekend. Everybody just running around the ropes. You just can't do that. You gonna have to engage at some point. You know what I'm saying? And not engage when they catch up to you. You have to initiate it sometime. Where you understand what I'm saying? You just can't be retaliating because he got close to you. You feel me? You have to initiate sometime. We watched Mayweather do it with Carlos Baltimore, but the difference was when Carlos got close enough, who initiated it? Mayweather did. And got out of trouble. We watched him do it with Canelo. Canelo got close. Who initiated it? You see what I'm saying? Make him miss, make him pay. But not just when you get cornered and he forced you to fight. That's what makes it look like running. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. That shit Devin Haney and Skull did. No, I'm definitely, that's not the sweet science. Don't get that tweet. That was a
I didn't like it. By rules, but no, that's
at the same time though. At the same time, I can't let those two fight act like that's all a boxing, because now they're using those two fights to basically say, y'all stop moving so much. You see, it's still getting generalized like everybody been fighting like that. Everybody don't fight like that, man. It's exaggerated that Shakur move. Y'all took one fight where his hand was hurt, and now y'all make that embody his whole career.
Yeah,
I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that.
I want to say that Shakur. I'm gonna say this, Rich. Shakur. Now the Shakur, I get a little pushback because the week leading up, he fed everybody a dream. He said,
"I get that part,
out, and I'm gonna beat his ass." And he knew his hand was hurt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
have did
true.
that.
That's
He
true.
kind
Now
of put some stank on himself
he
on
get
that
himself.
one.
It's the same thing with Boot saying it was time to move to 154. Then when he got off of the Ortiz fight, he walked it
Yeah,
back. So yeah, Shakur gets
yeah,
himself in trouble. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, me as a boxing fan looking at it, I don't buy all that he running around. This what I see is don't nobody walk through his punch. Y'all say he punch soft,
Well,
but you seem to can't make
I
the
see that too. I agree with you on that.
yeah, because I'm like this. This is how you make the sport exciting, right? You got a technical guy in there with a monster, with a killer, with a power puncher. Imagine if you had a division where you got a power puncher and a technical boxer. That's the
Right.
excitement. Let's see the power puncher take him out. But for some reason, that's the fight that can't get made.
Well,
You
that's
see what I mean?
because
That's the fight that
but
can't
as
get
much as
made.
we talk about the Puerto Rican Mexican rivalry, as much as we talk about a Mexican and black fighter rivalry, the greatest rivalry always been the boxer versus the puncher.
Yeah, exactly.
Always, and them the hardest
That's
fights to make. Those are the
But
hardest
see,
fights to
they
make.
don't make that fight. See, they won't make that fight. Okay, you gotta kill it and Tank. Nobody's saying like you putting Tank in an unfavorable matchup. Put him in there, let him take out Shakur. That would be a good head on the mountain on his resume. Go in there, take it. Y'all make it sound easy. He's just gonna run. He's pillow fisted. Tank gonna walk through there and knock his ass out. But though they won't make those fights, bro, because they really know the skills pay the bills at the top.
Yeah.
At the very top, the skills gonna pay the
Well,
bill.
there you
You
go.
see
That's
what
why
I'm
I said
saying?
skills pay the bills, and that's why the word is F Turkey, because you know what come with that price tag. You want this amount
Yeah,
of money,
yeah,
you got to fight
yeah.
the fight I
You're
want
gonna
you
have
to
to
fight.
fight. So yeah,
You
exactly,
don't get to pick that
exactly,
shit. You're not getting to pick that fight.
exactly,
You want how
exactly.
many millions? Then you fight this fight, pimp. You get what I'm saying? And that's why fuck Turkey. Oh, okay, because you're used to doing what you want to do when you want to do it. You see what I'm saying? So no, but I do agree with the Shakur, because I just last week I was trying to tell about. I said you go find an interview. De Los Santos came out his own mouth. He said he was afraid of getting caught. He said he got some pop. And I also was taking up for Shakur. I said he had a hurt hand. You go back and watch that fight. He had Shakur dead to rights. Swear to God, dead to rights 3 times. And De Los Santos just stood in front of him. And one of the time he was in the corner. So
Cause
that told you he had something. He had something to make him respect him.
and I'm gonna tell you the part they don't understand when you got a good boxer. How you identify really a good boxer or a boxer puncher? It's the jab. See, those
Right.
jabs in time gonna start hurting. And if this
Yeah.
dude catching you with a sharp jab like Crawford, like a Shakur, like a Keyshawn, these sharp jabs, they're gonna slow you down, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna
And
just run in
it's
there,
different.
man.
And they
Yeah,
know how
you're
to
not
mix the
gonna just
power
run
up
in
with
there.
it. Some gonna be light, some gonna be stiff. You ain't gonna know what
hmm
you catching.
You ain't gonna know what you can say. You're gonna be hesitant, and that's what
Yep.
I see. I say, y'all ain't just running in there. Go ahead, go ahead. That dude's sharp.
Yeah.
He hit him with shots that people that's not aesthetically pleasing to the cameras,
Yeah.
but to the fighter, he feel those punches, man. Sharp
Yeah,
punches,
not
man.
only
Sharp.
that, it's a mental thing with boxers. See, a fighter going into the fight, boxers is more mental warfare. They setting traps, and I be trying to show people that when we watch fights over here, I be like, okay, when we was just watching anyway, right? And I was like, anyway, gonna fuck around, and get caught because he keep dropping that fucking hand, and he see dude throwing it, and he got his ass dropped. When Inoue got up, Inoue looked like he was missing every jab that he was throwing. And he wasn't missing. He was throwing it at the top of his forehead for a reason, because he knew he wanted to land that motherfucking right hook. The minute he finally baited, knocked his ass out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Start wearing
yeah,
his ass out. And that's the thing of a boxer, bro. Boxers got plenty of tricks, bro. They'll
yeah.
like Floyd,
Exactly,
like
exactly.
Bud. Go catch Bud. Go catch
Yeah,
the Earl fight. Boy, that motherfucking
setting them up
set his
every
ass
time.
up.
Setting
Hit
them
his
up,
shoulder.
setting them up,
He'll hit his shoulder,
setting them up.
misdirection. Hit his shoulder, and guess where I'm finna come?
hmm
Right to your jaw after that. Pop, pop. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, that's the difference. It's like mental warfare in it with a boxer, bro. You think he missing, you think you slipping shit. No, you not. Because if I punch to the left and you step to your right, oh, okay. If I punch to your gut, you drop your hands. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
If you
they
do
getting them
this,
reads. Yeah,
yeah. Now I know
yeah.
what to do. Now all I gotta do is feint to the left. Now I'm finna punch where you finna go. Bow. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
so I'm gonna give you the read that Lamont got on Tank. When Tank in a high guard, he ain't gonna punch. Lamont gonna
Nope.
jab the high guard, then stab him to the go to the body.
Yep.
Soon as Tank bring the hands down above his eyes, out the high guard, Lamont gonna take a step back because he know he's finna punch. And
He
that's why
finna
it's gonna be
fire.
hard for Tank. That's why it's gonna be hard for Tank to beat Lamont.
Mm-hmm.
He got the read or Tank got to switch up the read. He got to switch it up. He got the read on him. Just go
Yep.
back and look at that fight. Every time Tank hands came lower, Lamont took a step back. So Tank could never reach him. Could never reach him cleanly. Just couldn't
Tank
reach him
been
cleanly.
looking good since Tank career. We used to Tank coming forward, taking them chances, taking a lot of punches. That's why he be losing fights until he not right. Here lately, he be getting the fighters that will follow him. The greatest thing that Lamont did was stand in front of him. He didn't follow him.
Yep.
And you don't follow
And
him,
like I
he
said,
can't see shit.
hey, I've been on Nigeria, I'm on all this pay, and I said that this was last year, and I told him, I said, bro, stand in the middle of the ring with Tank and make him box. Stop moving away from him. Stop moving away from him, giving him that running lane. Stand right there and see if he can open you up. He's a small guy. See if he can open you up. And what you saw, he couldn't open Lamont Roach up. So he got a task on his hand, man. He got a real task. I'm interested to see how it play out. But he got to come off that being a knockout guy. He got to box him because the fight was lost in the first 5 rounds when they weren't doing that to those swing rounds.
Yeah.
So some boxing gonna have to get done this fight.
I think Lamont got to go harder in this because
he got to go harder.
He definitely gonna be against them judges this time. Like that, I don't see them wanting Tank to lose.
But is he though? Hey, but because of how the last fight play out, would they be more apt if it was the same type fight? Would they be more apt to give it to Lamont this time? Being that everybody see Lamont as he won, see him as he had won that last fight.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But I'm just also hoping Lamont not get full of that. You know what I'm saying?
No, he can't. But I wouldn't want him to take no chances.
Yeah,
put the onus on Tank to open them up.
Right.
Yeah, don't take no chances. Jab about 4-5 more jabs around. Let's see what Tank do. He the one got to figure it out.
Right.
He got to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Let's see what he do and play out that. I'm gonna tell you something else that people don't notice about that fight. Tank was gassed 10th, 11th, and 12th round. He ain't have no power no more. Yeah, and that's what Lamont dominated that.
Yeah, and that 10th is when he took that step back. I said, damn.
He was gassed, man. He was gassed. He was gassed
on a bicycle. What the fuck is this right here, bro?
Hey, if I'm Lamont team, bro, I don't do nothing different. Only thing you do different when you hurt him this time, then go for it. See, that's what Crawford do. He box you, but when he see that opening, he go for it.
He jump.
So that's all you got to do. Box him till it's time to go, then go hard. You know what I'm saying? Try to do that, nigga, man.
Yeah,
he's smaller than you.
I definitely can't wait to August to see that, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's definitely a rematch.
That's gonna be a good fight, man. Hey, and when people were shitting on the fight when it first, I know Tank was pulling up 130 pounds. I said from the jump street, this gonna be a good fight. They done stuck their foot in the mud with this one. They thought. What I'm gonna tell you what they thought. They thought Lamont was flat-footed. See, Lamont deceptive. They thought he was flat-footed, but he really not flat-footed. He got good feet. He got good feet
and decent defense.
And defense.
Decent defense. Where he's slipping the punches in the inside like that.
Yeah,
like, God damn,
man. That joker was boxing, boy. That was boxing right there, man. That nigga boxed that nigga, man.
Hey, was
that nigga boxed that nigga. See, they try to make boxing sound soft. Nah, nigga, that was boxing right there, man.
Yeah, where he was slipping the motherfucking punches, and then he took Tank's best shot. And Tank looked at him like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? That was a turning point in that fight right there.
Hey,
I was like,
what you just said?
Lose this.
What you just said a minute ago, we agreed on about the footwork. Look, Lamont sit back, right? Floyd did the same thing, but Floyd would sit back and lean forward to make you think he was closer. But Lamont just sit back, so his left foot gonna be out. What was happening with Tank? Tank couldn't get his right foot around Lamont left foot. So if he stayed at the edge of Lamont left foot, even if he catch him, he's just not gonna have all the power on him because he reaching. He reaching.
Not only that, when he's like that, if Tank does step over that foot, all he does is take that half step back and create that
step back and counter. That's all he got to do. Left foot down.
I wonder how Tank's gonna do this time around then.
But that's what I'm saying. Tank got a box. He got a double jab. Get his foot on the inside of Lamont or the out. Pacquiao used to go inside or outside, but you got to get inside of Lamont's foot so you can land some power. He got to do some footwork.
Tank can't be flat-footed because once he take that half step back, he got to be able to walk with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On top of Lamont, you know what I'm saying?
And my thing is, can Tank really box and do all that effort? Because he only averages 28 punches around. Is he gonna come out there and really box and still have power and come 6th, 7th, 8th round?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, because he's still. Yeah, that's the best thing about Tank too. Because
that's true.
He still had and that's why he's a slow starter too. Because it's good. Because later on, he still has that power, man, and it shows like to me that he's still dangerous at any time from the first to the last fucking bell, you know, to the last round. So, but man, Roach, he kind of surprised me. I was really thinking he was gonna get knocked out, but he really
Nah,
was. Nah, he may take a knee, man. I mean, that's
yeah.
that's crazy.
Hey, but look, see my theory on the boxer puncher, which I said it on my channel way before the fight. I said it's gonna be a good fight. Gonna be hard for Tank to outbox Roach. You gotta understand, Frank Martin did good work. He gassed out too many punches earlier. And what I said on my channel was Lamont is not gonna gas out. He gonna know how to measure his punches. And at the end of that fight, Lamont is gonna be the stronger guy because he's a boxer. He ready to go 12 rounds. That's all he do. He only got 10 knockouts. He's ready to go 12 rounds, and he's going to carry the power late. He dropped Hector Garcia late. You have to look at these things. I said, well, if Frank Martin was able to do what he did, and he didn't, and he gassed out, we knew Frank Martin didn't have experience. All I said was Lamont. He's not going to knock Lamont out. I didn't say Lamont was going to win, but I said y'all think he going to knock Lamont out. Man, Lamont is a boxer. He made it all the way here being a boxer. You're not knocking him out. You're gonna have to box him to get the knockout. You're not gonna just one punch him and catch him. Come on, his skill set says he's here because he boxes. You see what I mean?
Right.
So I
Right.
just knew it will be a boxer punch. I didn't care what the name was. Y'all playing with these boxers now. Frank Martin was an inexperienced boxer. Now you playing with Lamont Roach. Y'all playing. Tank ain't been fighting these kind of fights. He been fighting pressure fighter, people that gonna come at him where he can counter them. These guys ain't gonna just, but Roach ain't gonna just come at you. He gonna use intelligent pressure. He just stepping. He just stepping. You see what I'm saying? It's intelligent pressure. He's not running in as he shouldn't. But all he got to do this fight, jab more. If you jab more, you're gonna make Tank react. 'Cause we want him to react because you need Tank to burn the energy early. Make Tank burn energy in
Make them
those
work.
first 5 rounds.
Make them work.
Yeah, make them work early. Just jab them. Just stay. That's a defense. Like you say, a jab is offense and defense. They're keeping you at a distance, but you just jab them. Every time you come across that gun line, you jab them. Jab them. Make them think. Make them start figuring out some shit. Tank was doing a lot of movement. They talk all that shit about Shakur. Tank was running dig routes against Lamont,
Oh,
man, at one time, man. What are they talking about? As he should. He had to figure it
right.
out. That's what I'm saying. Don't be discounting movement. You should not go into what happened when Devin fought Ryan. Everybody knew Ryan was powerful. He had a left hook. So Devin tried to do all this macho shit that everybody wanted him to do. Went in there toe to toe and go all this shit. Got knocked all around the ring. And what the first thing people said? You should have boxed him. So why even
Yep.
go through all that, man? Box, man. Box your way
Right.
to a knockout. Box your
Li-
way to a knockout.
right. Liddard got a 5th round KO, y'all. Got a 5th round KO. Saw it coming.
Oh,
He knocked the dude down the first round within like the first 20 seconds.
damn.
And he just got him a 5th round KO. Salutes to Lillard, bro. But you right. You right, Rich.
Yeah,
Right.
hey, I'm one of the ones I thought actually Tank boxed beautifully. I thought he boxed good. I just thought it became a boxing match and he just didn't outbox Roach. But I didn't have a problem with Tank because I knew it was gonna be tough. How you gonna crack him? You got to open that door. How you gonna crack him open?
Facts.
If he don't open himself up, what are you gonna do to open him up? So I knew that was gonna be a tough fight. But it was a good fight though. It was a good
Hell yeah.
fight because you had the power guy going after the boxer. You see what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
So I don't discount Tank. It's gonna be interesting. Tank coming that double jab and boxing and get on the inside the foot and catch that nigga. It's gonna be beautiful, bro. Like we gonna learn some shit. One way or the other, we gonna learn some shit August 16th. I'm not
Right.
discounting Tank. I ain't saying
Right.
Tank can't do it. I'm saying we gonna learn some shit
Yeah,
August
we
16th.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, it's for sure gonna be interesting, man. But I just expect Lamont to do a lot more of what he was
Yeah.
doing. But Tank the one that's gonna really have to press. He got to press and
You gonna have
box.
to
Because
press, man.
pressing ain't just gonna get it. Because we saw when
Because
he
you
did
can,
try to press, we did see when he did try to press Lamont just smothered his punches.
yeah.
That's all he
And
did.
that and
Smothered his
that's the
fucking
problem.
punches.
Look, Tank said some shit before the fight. Y'all remember that little sound clip when he said, it was talking about Shakur. He said, man, what you gonna do all that defense shit for, man? That's for football, man. When you gonna got, you talk.
Yeah.
I knew then. I said, Tank gonna have a problem in this fight, bro. You talking at Deontay Wild? All I need is one punch, 1 second shit. That's saying that your skills had diminished. That tells
Right.
me your skills have diminished. That's what we saw in the fight. The defense is how he lost the fight. Lamont Roach's defense. Shit. You couldn't
Facts.
hit him right. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't do shit. Defense is important, man. Don't let these people fool y'all, man. Who want to just go in there and jab with their head? That don't make sense. You got to have some defense, man. You got to have a more calculated, you know, effort, man. Like, can't go in there and play no rock'em sock'em robots, man. That's not gonna
Right.
look at.
Right.
I liked it, the fight with Eubanks and whatever, but it was a little lack of skill. Now we can't. They were just throwing hands, and it was
Well,
good to see that.
every now and then you gotta have a barn burner, bro. They was just
Yeah, that was a
it
barn
was a
burner.
personal bout. It was just a personal bout. That wasn't for skill, man. Everybody keeps
Exactly. But if we get 12 fights a year of that, you're gonna dumb the sport down.
yeah. No, every once in a while it's good at it. That fight just was
Yeah, every
reminiscent
now and then it's good. Yeah.
of what was my guy Prononikov or something like that, and Tim Bradley. It was a wrestling little dude, and they went at it, bro. That's what that fight reminded me of. Wasn't no skill.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers just fighting. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, every now and then that's your breath of fresh air from all the monotony of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, these motherfuckers straight squabbling. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why I enjoyed that fight. But no,
Yeah,
you
I
can't
did.
have
It
that
was a
all
good
year.
fight. It was a good fight. But I just say we don't need 12 rounds. That would let that be what that was. A really good. They might fight again, and I believe it's gonna be another
They
good
said
fight.
September. Yeah,
Yeah.
Turkey Train. He already booked that same arena for September.
When look
But
at the
I
Eagles.
don't want to see it again though. We don't need to see that shit again because for that motherfucker, unless he gonna go up
Yeah.
the way Chris Eubank had to come down like that and find that man 500,000 for being a point of an ounce of whatever the fuck it was over. Man, I don't know if I want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I want to go through that again for.
See, I be trying to look at boxing like we look at football. We have a more educated way we look at football. We watch the Eagles not be a super offensive team all season, more relying on defense and run. But they won the Super Bowl. They beat the powerhouse as in the Chiefs or whatever. And this particular year, okay, a more defensive team won. We
But
we know that in football. We can accept that and say,
here's
wow,
the
that
thing:
team is great. You see
you
what I
could do
mean? But
that
in
too. But
boxing,
you could do that in boxing, bro. It's just
we
people don't
should
want to
though. But
people
a
don't
lot of
want to
times
pay
we
attention to
don't.
their fighters, bro. When I sit here and there be a shitload of Terrence Crawford fan, and I'm a Terrence Crawford fan, and I ask them certain motherfucking questions, bro. They just like the fantasy of Terrence Crawford because they see him winning, but they
Yeah.
don't know really his style of fight. Like if you watch boxing, you will know who's more of a defensive fighting style, and he could possibly make it work for him if he got a punch. You know what I'm saying? But it take
Hmm.
different variables. What's the use to have a defensive team? You ain't got you got good defense, but you ain't got no offense in football. Not even a run game. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get far. You just not. You know what I'm saying? But if you got now, it might be a low scoring game because y'all got good defense. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be no goddamn me y'all scoring, right? It's the same thing with boxing. You can have all defense well, but if you ain't got no feet or at least some good head movement, get your shots off, you just ain't gonna be shit. So you need at least one or two variables that go well with each other to at least equate to be a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? The elites usually have all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
like I just think it's a matter of in this day and age, fans just don't pay attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell fans, find a boxer you really like and pay attention to his skill set. Use that boxer to
Exactly.
learn off of. Does he have good feet? Does he have good ring gentlemanship? You know what I'm saying? It's little stuff like when people always be like, man, you be going crazy over talking about lateral movement. When I be like, turn his ass, motherfuckers, I be seeing it. Like, if you move, he can't follow you. Dude
Exactly.
cannot, I be like, damn, just take that little half step back and give him that uppercut. You know what I mean? When the Tyson Fury, I bullshit, and everybody in the chat was like, damn, you was right. I said, man, if Tyson Fury moved to his left and throw that overhand, he gonna hurt Tyson Fury. And I'll be down, he did that shit. Sometimes you just it's just the little formalities, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But it's just the fans don't pay attention
And it's
attention
it's the
to it.
It's the American fans though. It ain't all the fans, just the American. They
Yeah,
just not. You know why? Because all the pandering to the casuals. Like y'all want casuals to watch these fights, but y'all not converting them to hardcores.
right.
Y'all
And I
just
feel
each
like,
fight searching for casuals, searching for
yeah,
different casuals every fight. You
yeah.
know.
And I
So
like
it just
that's
getting
why I miss Andre Ward, because Andre Ward was trying to educate motherfuckers on it when he used to
yeah.
be on there. Like, he should just, why he ain't moving this way, or why he ain't, you know what I'm saying? If he do that, like, and people will pick up on that, you know what I mean?
Because just like you say, people don't understand what is movement. It's the footwork. Footwork is very important in boxing, man. Whether you taking an angle, whether you like say lateral, where you put the footwork is what, because that's gonna determine whether to show you that Navarrete fight, right? I was really looking at him like, how did this dude get to this level? Fighting what looked like to me a very, very sloppy,
Oh,
unskilled fight.
sloppy, bro.
But
Wild
what I
punches.
noticed that he does good where he looked like he lumbering, but that first step in with his jab is a lot closer than his distance from where he at. So he's doing great with his footwork to close quick and just stick that jab out there and make a jab a power punch.
Right.
So his footwork, while it looks messy, he does some good things with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you watch footwork, you'll see a lot, man. You'll see a lot if you watch footwork, man.
Yeah. That's why I believe I tell everybody, you fight from the feet up, bro. You fight
Yeah,
with
you
some
do,
good
you
ass feet,
really do, man.
and
Really do.
especially you elite when you could punch while your feet moving and had the same, boy, you a motherfucker then,
And
bro.
that's hard. And that's
Hell
hard to
yeah,
do.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's why
So
I
you
said
look
like
at
Bud.
Crawford or Mayweather, some of these people, hey man, they bridge. Even I hit the bag and shit like that. I'll probably be the dude I'm talking about, flat-footed guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
'Cause, man, it's hard to do that with movement, man.
Yeah, that's why I tell motherfuckers, they be like, he fight while he move. I said, no, he moved, then he punch. He moved, then he
Yeah.
punch.
And that's what Crawford do. That's what Crawford do.
You know, but if you could punch while you move, bro, going backwards, forward, side, man, shit, that's a motherfucker. Pacquiao was good at that shit. Motherfucker side be punching and sidestepping at the same motherfucking time. Even motherfucking Mike Tyson had that nice left to the body, come in, take a side step, left to the body, left upstairs. Meanwhile, his hands already moving, or his hands moving, then his feet moving. You know what I'm saying? It was this succession, so. It's hard to do, but if you can pull that shit off, you a bad motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You
But just like footwork could be deceptive. You could step like not very lateral, but what I know is with Crawford, he'll kind of do a curl, like a step or an arc on the way back. So he steps back, the opponent steps forward. Okay, the next time he's gonna step back and then come back while you coming forward on one foot.
Shit, I feel
You know
like
what I'm saying? If you're noticing the footwork, you see what I mean?
I feel like Bud then revolutionized the pool kind of because I done seen him
Yeah,
throw a jab and take
a
step back, but when he take a step back, he on his toes. So as soon as you come forward, you finna walk into a straight.
Yeah,
And he
exactly.
gonna give it to your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the motherfuckers don't look at it. It's your feet, man.
It's your feet, man. It's your feet, man, all day. Because
Yeah,
if you throw punches from too far out, that's where you gas your energy. But if your foot is in the right place, you'll punch from within your body, which is gonna conserve energy. The thing about Lamont Rowe, he would stand back, take a step forward, shoot the right, he come back, he's conserving energy. Tank reaching. So he's depleting energy every time he reach, he letting that energy go, which is gonna tire him out in the long run. You see what I mean? So footwork got a lot to do with that. I played baseball, man. And I got a full ride scholarship. I was freshman with Steve McNair and all this shit. And you know, and so in baseball, right? You know, a pitcher could throw a 90-mile, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, right? But with the same motion, he could throw an 80-mile-an-hour changeup with the same motion. Because baseball, you learn that you don't control power with your arm. It got shit to do with your arm. It's in the feet. It's in the feet. You can control the speed of the ball from the feet. I don't say that whole thing. I got a video made. I was supposed to get it to Bill Haney for Dale, man, but I ain't never get it to him. But I kind of talk about it on this video, man. But yeah, man. So it's ways that you can control power with just your feet, man. With just your feet. Baseball players do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's how they don't throw their arm out over 9 rounds, because you got your footwork got to be right. You got to learn how to use the footwork. But look, man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Appreciate you letting me come up, man.
Man, salute you too, Rich, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Okay, all right.
Rich.
All right.
Yeah, man. Salute to Rich, man. He always coming through with some great boxing talk, bro. Great boxing talk. Let me run through this chat real quick. Run through this chat, man. Hey, everybody. Salutes to Brian. Salutes to you, man. Salutes to you, man. Who else came through here? Flip Flop. Salutes to you. All my newcomers. If y'all want to do me a big favor and give a boy a big help, man, I put that link in the chat so you can hit that and come on over to my other channel and hit the subscribe button here, because this is where usually the boxing show is held at GMT Sports. All right, so come on, hit that link, come over this way, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so y'all will know we trying to make this little number right here grow. right here, as well as the other channel. Hit the subscribe button over there too. But yeah, we really trying to get this one to grow. We trying to get this one to grow. So I appreciate that everybody that's watching us over here on GMT Sports. If you over there on SLK50 TV, if you are over there on X, I don't know if that link is showing up over there on X. I might need to hop over there and put it over there. But come through, hit the subscribe button, man. Your boy is back. We back live on the right channel. And again, thank you to everybody who did follow me over there to SLK50 TV to keep up with the lives, man. Again, man, yeah, we had Liddard got his 5th round KO. I saw it coming. I apologize.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. You know what I'm saying?
How many fights until the main event?
I think that one was. I think what we walked through 2 so far, maybe 1 more, and then the main event.
All right. Yeah, because I was like, oh shit! Right now I got that shit on the other TV, and I got UFC.
Yeah,
Came on right now, so I got UFC on the other TV.
Walnut Stone said, "Where can we stream at the Zone? The Zone. This is free too. You probably can even go on YouTube. No, it's probably not on YouTube. I could check, but check the Zone on YouTube, or just go to the Zone. Get the Zone app or something like that. It's not a pay-per-view or nothing like that. But yeah, man, no doubt. They're on commercial right now, but yeah, I can't wait till August 16th to see the Tank fight. I can't wait to see the Zepeda and Shakur fight. Fuck that.
Oh, that's a good fight.
That's a good fight, man. I think Shakur gonna show up and show out because this is the reason I say that because he really has to. Like, I mean, like I said, this is his last fight.
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't show up and show out, you gotta give.
The last fight he had a fucking late replacement. So
Yeah.
I mean, so that he's still, he's gonna show out. He's gonna show out.
And you gotta have some hopes or some type of incentive to show up and show out. Turkey calling in, interrupting the show, saying basically if you show up, show out, I'll get you Tank. You get what I'm saying? So you definitely want to do that. And if that don't motivate you, still got to show up and show out to showcase yourself. Like I said, this your last fight on this contract.
Yep.
So you got to show you marketing yourself at this point. You want to look like a stud in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like you belong, bro. So
yeah, that's for real.
Because you won't get that bigger payday, and I want him to get that bigger payday. I do, bro. I believe in Shakur. I think Shakur is one of the best boxing talents of this generation. But
I think he's one of the best lightweights right now.
Yeah.
Like one of them, right? Like I think he's above Tank, in my opinion. Like that's how I think he's. Like I think he's better than Tank. Like I think he's better than Keisha. I think he's better than most of the lightweights we've seen. Like that's just my opinion, but that's just how good he is.
Skillful wise,
he's
he's IQ.
Good.
Yeah, I think he'll be a problem for anybody. So, whether people feel like he's a boring fighter or whatever, he's gonna be a problem for anybody. But I do feel like he do need to get up out that boring slump that people keep putting him in. This is the perfect fighter.
Yeah, I mean, he only had that one boring fight.
Yeah, because a lot of people are. I don't believe Zepeda is his toughest test. The people trying to say this is his toughest test. I don't think Zepeda is his toughest test.
Nah, I think you got easy.
I mean, if you watch boxing, who the fuck is Zepeda beat?
Like, he fought tomato cans. Bro. I mean,
you get what I'm saying? Like he's the exciting fighter to watch. You feel me?
His toughest fight was Tevin Farmer, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard that all week, man. This is toughest fight. This is not his toughest fight, bro. Like, are you serious?
It's because Oscar over there feeding him fucking tomato cans and shit, bro. Over there cherry picking and shit, bro. Giving him cherries and shit. Because
now he is a big 135 pounder, but
he is big. But I mean, man, he's.
Man, I see Shakur dominating this fight, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's
long as he hold it true by his hands.
Style. It's his style. It's a guy that's gonna come forward and throw punches. He would love to back up and counter. He probably could even drop him. He's gonna have so. It's kind of like how what was that Valdez dude?
Valdez.
Yeah. Kind of like that. You know how he was fighting. He's always coming forward. That's how fucking Zepeda fights, just coming forward. But I just think that Shakur is gonna have a little easier, much more easier. Like, ain't no one gonna call this fight boring. You know, we're gonna be looking at Haney as the next like the boring guy or something. Like Shakur is gonna show out, man. I think
Right,
this
right.
is his matchup. This is his type of matchup. He ain't no running on this. Like he's gonna be right there. And Zepeda's hittable, man. Zepeda's hittable, man. Like
Yeah.
I even Tevin Farmer when Tevin because I like Tevin Farmer too. And he was hitting
Tevin
Zepeda.
dropped him.
Yeah, dropped him too, bro. So I was like, man, Shakur's gonna have an easy time with
Yeah.
this guy.
This
Maybe
kid
someone
is
like Tank, like if you match him with Tank, then
yeah.
yeah,
That's why
that's gonna
everybody
be a
calling
little
for it.
more. That's gonna be a little more because Tank is hittable too, bro. If you look at Shakur and Tank, Shakur had better defense than anybody at 135. Even I mean, Tank has good defense, but he still gets hit,
Right.
with some shots,
He's
So
hittable. Right.
yeah, so I would think like Zepeda and Tank would be good. Cause
Yep.
Shakur, man, Shakur is just a master in the like, sweet science,
Yeah.
That's what he
That's
is,
his
bro.
thing. He's a boxer. Boxing first. I see we gonna have Catterall versus Harlem Eubank at 147 July 5th.
Ooh,
Another
that's a good
Eubank gonna be in
fight.
the ring. All right.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I hope that gash on his forehead is fully healed. Don't look like it's fully healed. But
Shit.
I hope that don't open up during the fucking fight. He got time though, but that's good. That got announced. I'm with that. I'm with that. Yeah, and again, if y'all watching me on Slick 50 TV, man, come on over to at GMT Boxing, bro. Help us build over this way by hitting that subscribe button. I think they are buying time for the main event. What is the main event next? 'Cause this is a lot of time for the zone to be buying.
This what I was like, man. This what I was like, because I'm watching UFC right now, and it's like the fights just come quick, bro. That's why, like, even sometimes I'll be watching like UFC and Top Rank because they're both on ESPN, so I'll switch them. Sometimes I'll be waiting on the boxes to come out, but they just have it out in the stands or something like that, uh,
Mm-hmm.
showing the ring, but it's just waiting. We just have to wait for the fighters to come out, and
Right.
then I just switch to the UFC and the fighters there's a fight, someone gets knocked out in round one, the next fight's coming, what? And I go back and I'm still waiting on the fighters out in the boxing side to come. So yeah, man, I be looking at it like, oh man, they need to like make a quick routine to come out because sometimes I'll be watching like even the top rank cards, like damn, they're taking a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be buying. Your top rank be doing that shit all the time, man. Just be buying. They the king of buying time, bro. They had a camera just pointed at the damn ring for
Shit,
help for
yeah.
hellas, bro. Hey, you staring at the damn ring. Hey, you think something wrong with your stream or something? Like, what the fuck wrong with my stream, bro?
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'd be like switching to UFC. I get like 1, 2 fights at least before that shit cuts off. Fuck.
Where?
Shit.
Like, damn. They got the girls in there now prancing around trying to get the crowd hype, but they just talking, man. They need to come
Right
on
now, I
with it.
got
It's another fight.
right now.
One of the Vargas brothers fight tonight, I think,
Where at?
over on the zone. I forgot who he fighting. I think that's later on tonight, like at 7 o'clock or something like that.
Oh, the Vargas brothers?
One of the Vargas brothers, the oldest
Didn't
one.
the other one just fight last week?
Yeah, it's three of them.
Yeah.
I think it's the oldest brother name. I can't remember his name, but it's the oldest brother.
Oh shit. I'm watching the UFC right now because they just had the first card. I
Yeah,
mean the
Fisher
first
and Allen is the next fight. Yeah, that's why they buying
Oh,
time.
that's why
That's the
that's
next
oh
fight.
okay. So I'm like, damn, they went okay, so the main event.
Yeah, we at the main
Yeah,
event. They just
yeah, right
buying
now I'm just
time.
watching the UFC. These two girls are scrapping, so just buying me time before the fucking main event.
Do you think that MVP could really do something with these females?
I think so.
You
I
think
think
so?
so. I think so. If you look at it, he's already like you're saying. You were saying like there's an untapped market for the women boxing and shit. So he's like signing all these women boxers more than men. So his stable of women is already signed and stuff. So he could do something with that. It's just he has to just make sure he sells and stuff like make sure the thing goes well. I mean it does. I mean look, Serena, she's looking like she does good in there. So but
Mm-hmm.
the stable of women boxing is kind of he's probably gonna move. That's where MVP, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you know.
I
So it's
like it
like,
though. I like it.
yeah,
I
that's what
want to see
it's
the
like.
woman Cardi put on. I'm a fan of women boxing. I know a lot of people aren't, but
Yeah,
I
I know. I
am,
mean, I
man.
like women. But right now, I'm watching two women scrapping the UFC, bro. So, women scrapping is just as good as men. You know, I mean, shit.
Right.
You know, like shit. Like yeah, even women, like you say, they don't get knockouts and shit. It's like true, same here in the UFC, but they still have like the skill sets, and it's still like, god damn, like these girls are scrapping and shit.
Right.
God
Right.
damn. But yeah, man, he's that's what he's doing, and he has like some names. Serrano, he made that name big already
Yeah.
with the
He
Katie
blew her
fight.
up.
That he put them with the Katie fight, and Kate that she blew
Cause
up after
he
that.
also signed Samantha.
And I mean that Katie fight was hella good. Like those Katie and Taylor, the
Yeah.
Katie Taylor and Serrano, them
Yep.
fights was hella good, man.
That shit
Like
went hard.
that
That
shit
shit went
was
hard.
like that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta he's putting money on these women because he knows like it's kind of like the NBA. Like the NBA puts money on the women, but women is just like women NBA is not getting like as big, but now it is. Like back
Right.
then it wasn't. Now it is. Like women, like people talking about Angela Reese, and I just had me an Angela Reese meal from McDonald's. Like damn, like who's this?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a baller and shit. Like these women are like but they're just like not getting as paid. That's what it is. But they have like they have notoriety and shit.
Right. Right.
Like that's an MVP, he's gonna have that notoriety. Like, Jake Paul, he has his fans. He already built that. We as fans already seen the fight, so we're interested in his promotion because we know these women's and we know the good fights that could come out and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's like. Yeah, I give Jake Paul.
He signed Savannah Marshall too.
Oh shit, he did it.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
see,
and,
look,
and
he's
somebody else,
wrapping them
Savannah
all up.
Marshall, Holly Holm, and somebody else, bro.
Rack them all up, bro. That's what he's doing, and that's good, bro. At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, rack them up. Have them
Mm-hmm.
sign to your promotion and someone else's and shit, and then you build that. Because yeah, I think MVP stable is gonna be looking like MVP. The face of MVP is like the women, basically, or something.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah.
women
But he done
boss. That
signed like 20-some women.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, his roster is gonna be nothing but women, and he can match them up, and he gonna have the belts all in his sides and shit. If he has shit like
Mm-hmm.
that, right? So he's doing good by doing that.
Yep. I think it's a good move too. I just hope he can sustain it. All right, we got the white rhino
All right, they coming
walking
out.
out. Hey, Dave Allen. Let's go, man. I feel like he won the last fight. Like I say,
Oh
mixed
yeah,
emotions in the last fight, a lot of
hey,
controversy,
hey,
but I thought he won that
yeah,
last fight, bro.
yeah. But hey, man, hey, that was a good fight though.
It was. It was a good fight, bro. And this was the guy that was touted not to win. He was supposed to be a pushover. They sparred.
Yeah, for
Oh, that's
real.
basically a sparring partner. He came in and gave him hell. He didn't. Fisher didn't expect that. Tired him out. They did their thing in that fight.
It's gonna be a good open. Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna get off real quick because I gotta charge my film.
That's what
And
it
but
do,
I'm gonna
fam.
watch the fight. All
I'll
right,
still
I'll be
be here.
back on. I'm gonna be
Bet.
back on.
All right, y'all. We are here at the fight main event. Again, before we get in this main event, make sure you hit that like button no matter where you're at. All right. Hit that like button, and sharing is caring. So please share the stream, share the stream. All right. Also, the link is in the chat right there. I'm gonna pin it at the top of the chat. Actually, go right ahead, click on that link, come to GMT Boxing, and hit the subscribe button over here. Like I said, we're trying to get this number right here. If I can get my hand in the right place to grow. All right. That helps a whole lot. Y'all have no idea. And guess what? It is free. We got a bunch of other things coming as well. Stay tuned to the stream. I'll probably show y'all because the memberships will be up soon. And I'm kind of taking a vote on a perk. So I'm trying to come up with and trying to put together. So for my members. So therefore, you want to stick around. You know, if you want to put a hand in the vote, but you got to come on over to @GMT Boxing. Again, the link is pinned at the top. Come on over here, hit the subscribe button so you can weigh in. All right. I still got it set up. Yeah, I got it set up. All right, we can get back. You're doing a scorecard for this one. I can if you want me to, bro. I wasn't, but I can if you want me to. Ooh, I gotta find it. Where'd my scorecard go? No. Almost left the stream. Scorecard. Why did it log me out? All right, let's go. Allow. All right, why you moving slow? We don't need you moving slow. All right, let me get this scores off of here. Boom. All right. First name was what? Fisher. Copy. I'm getting a scorecard together, y'all. Scorecard has been requested, so we will do it. As they're walking in the ring now, Fisher's walking in the country road. All right, let's get it. Scorecard is almost completed. All right. Scorecard is up. Let me get this out of the counter out of the way. There we go. It might be a close fight again. We shall see. I'm going to put the link back in the chat for anybody who wants to come up. You can come up. If not, that's fine. I'm happy that you're hanging out with your boy. Again, please share the stream. Share the stream. Help GMT Sports get out there to the masses. All right. Link is right there in the chat as well if you want to be part of the show. All right. Let's see. I will put this over here too as well. Over here in the chat on X. For all my people on X, it is in the chat over here on X as well. All right. And we do got Deej. What is going on, my friend? What's happening?
Oh, the only reason I asked you about the scorecard, Slick, is this could be another close one.
Right.
After the last one.
Walnut Stone, they are announcing them now. They are in the ring. Walnut Stone said, man, I went to school with Johnny and his brother. Word, that's dope. I'm not paying $25 to watch. They charging you guys to watch this fight? Man.
Yeah, but that's been happening a bit.
Yeah,
like
it's free here in Americas.
Well, you do, but sometimes you're paying over there and we're not paying here, and vice versa.
Right. 25 euro on the zone. Don't have a subscription. Oh, okay. Damn,
that's
bro.
pound. That's £25.
That's pounds, 25 pounds? Okay, my bad.
Well, England's pound.
Is it? I wonder, is this on YouTube? Is it on y'all YouTube? The Zone?
I had to check Matchroom. Matchroom don't have it on their live on their YouTube channel, but I didn't check the Zone.
Yeah, try the Zone. It might be on there because sometimes I be catching the same thing on there as they're showing it on here on the Zone. So it might be on the YouTube channel. That sucks, bro. He said, yes, not much, but for a Johnny Fisher fight, well, for me, it's just boxing. So I pay for the subscription. I'm just an avid boxing fan, Walnut Stone. You'll catch me on here often. I'm glad y'all hit that subscribe button, but yeah, I'm a boxing fan, bro. I got you, Walnut Stone. I got you. We got the scorecard up too. I got my guy up here with me. One of the many co-hosts that you'll become familiar with. And we gonna score this thing. I thought the last fight.
I'm only here to make sure that you don't have bias scoring.
Yeah. Look, I'm
no,
not gonna have
no favoritism, Slick.
I'm not gonna have no favoritism, bro. It was just controversy. I feel like Allen won that last fight, bro. I feel like he pulled it out in the end, man. They gave that shit to Fisher. Didn't he get knocked down like twice or something in that last fight? If I'm remembering correctly, he was so tired. And when they said he won, I was like, what? So I was so happy they announced a rematch. I was like, hell yeah. And Fisher trains with Scott Nicholson. They part of the same camp.
Well, I haven't heard about what Sky's doing next. I haven't heard anything about a rematch with Tiara Brown. I haven't heard anything at all.
Right. It's like she's been shelved. She's hiding out.
She was commentating earlier.
So much they will not allow him to lose to Allen. Right, that's what I'm saying. All right, y'all. We are in round 1. Where's my stuff at? There we go. Round 1. There we go. Fisher with that high guard. Fisher throw a double jab, didn't connect with nothing. Allen goes to the body with a jab, didn't connect. 3-piece from Fisher, did not connect. They just filling each other out. I see Allen ain't changed his style of fight at all, which I don't think he has to. Once he get close enough, he throwing that right bomb. He's backing Fisher up, though. Fisher finally landed a jab. Allen throws a wild right. I say Allen lost some weight, though. I will say that.
From where?
His gut. His belly was way bigger than that before, bro. Ooh, good jab to the body, overhand right from Allen. Fisher immediately clinches. Jab, another jab from Fisher. Fisher trying to work off the back foot. Another jab, miss. There go a jab. Fisher better do something. You see what Allen trying to do. Allen coming to make a statement. Will that be a mistake? We shall see. He's doing all the pressure. Yeah, that was a headbutt. But it's all good.
Body shot by Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Good jab by Fisher. He's trying to do some good boxing, being on the back foot. Throwing them jabs out there. Good right hand by Allen. Double body shot by Fisher. Good way to answer back. He won't keep the elbows high, take him out in the body. Fisher doing some good work with that jab, bro. But he need to make him pay downstairs. He got them elbows way out.
Tell me when you get to 30 seconds, Slick.
All right. 30.
Yeah, we're 1 second out. Perfect.
Okay. They in a clinch. Body shot by Allen. Fisher returns one. Ooh, Finally a 1-2 from Fisher. We hit all gloves, though. End of round 1. Who you got on that one?
Well, Allen pushed the pressure, but I thought that Fisher was a little bit more active by way of throwing like jabs, particularly early in the round.
Uh-huh.
And really, I feel like Allen only got a good 1-2 off. So I'm probably going to lean that one towards Fisher.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He was a little more efficient for me. A little more efficient.
But I'm not going to allow him to keep backing up like that the whole fight and keep giving him rounds.
That's why I was happy he finally threw that 1-2. If dude gonna keep coming forward, give him something to walk into then, you know? And then he got his elbows out so high, you know, take advantage of that body, which he was, you know what I mean? He just didn't want to get caught with nothing. Walnut, what's my prediction? I don't know. It's one of them fights where I don't want to put nothing on nothing, but we are in round 2.
Walnut, just text Eddie and just ask him who he's got winning the fight.
Must be like 6 a.m. in Australia. That was a light little uppercut to the body from Fisher.
6:45.
6:45. Yeah, that's what Walnut was saying. He said it must be like 6 a.m. in Australia. Jab to the body. They're going straight right from Fisher. There we go. And there we go. Uppercuts from Fisher. Double jab and uppercuts, actually. Using lateral move. Quick going straight back. That lateral movement will serve you good. Good jab from Fisher. Fisher rushes in. Didn't do nothing. Now they in the clinch.
See, I don't like the way that Fisher turns his back and walks away out of the clinch. Like, that's just...
Oh, there go a hard jab from Allen. Fisher getting on that Aggie shit. It's jittery. I hate when he do that. Come on with it. There go a 1-2 from Fisher. That right hand landed. There go that stiff jab from Allen. Overhand. That's all Allen want to do. He want to land that overhand, bro.
Yeah, he's going for the big shot, but Allen's annoying me a little bit, just walking forward and just standing stark in front of him, not throwing anything.
Right.
It's like, I'm just going to walk into your range and do nothing.
Hey, he just looking for the knockout. Like I said, is that going to serve him well or not? Because every time you get close, you're going to have him close. And he's looking at the ref more this fight, too. Quit looking at the ref. Fight it out. All right, Fisher trying to stand still. Palm with the jab. Ooh, he tried to catch him with a mean uppercut and missed. Good body shot from Fisher. Now they in the clinch again. The ref I think the ref instruct the elbow that went up. But I think he was trying to protect himself. He was protecting himself. I don't think he was throwing an elbow at Allen at all. Good jab by Fisher. Good 1-2. One downstairs, one upstairs for Fisher. Fisher keeping that stick out there trying to line him up. I don't know what he was protecting
against Slick, because Allen hasn't thrown one punch in the clinch. Not one.
True. Jab downstairs from Allen. I don't know what Allen is seeing, but there go a jab from Allen. But he needs to do more because he's definitely losing this round. Woo, nice 4-piece combination. Ended up with a left uppercut that landed on Allen. End of that round. That was definitely a Fisher round. In my book. Would you agree, DJ?
Yeah. But, I mean, you just saw it there at the end of the round. I'm noticing that when Fisher lands combos, he goes straight in with the clinch. Now, that's okay if you're worried about him trying to get his get back, but if you've actually hurt him, you're not giving yourself a chance to actually take advantage of it.
Right.
You're letting him rest while you clinch him.
Right. Exactly. Walnut Stone, does it look like a fix? No, it doesn't look like a fix. It's just like Allen ain't figured out what he wants to do. He came in looking like he just want to land a big shot. But Allen got to do double that jab up. He got to apply his own type of pressure instead of just walking in the punches. Now, Walnut Stone said Allen going for it or maybe trying to take it deep with Fisher's type. But he got to make it. Got to give him something. Because right now, he's just giving rounds away. 1-2 thrown by Fisher. Keeping that stick out there, trying to line Allen up. Jab to the body by Fisher. All right, Allen tried to jab. Allen has no head movement whatsoever, bro.
This is stupid by Allen. He just keeps walking
Whoa,
into distance where he's going to get hit.
Big fucking uppercut to the gut. That is a forearm to the neck, bro. I ain't going to stunt. That was a forearm to the neck. Yeah, Fisher had played himself on that one. He could have probably got him out of there. He probably could have got him out of there. Salute to Never Mind. Salute to Shine Parking, man. I see y'all, man. Thank y'all for the sub. Ooh, okay, right hand. 2 jabs by Fisher. Fisher hitting the nothing but glove. Jabs for Fisher hitting nothing but glove. Right hand off the gloves. Jab landed for Allen. Allen applying pressure now. There go that double jab. Immediately Fisher puts him in the headlock. He ain't do nothing wrong. What are you yelling at him for? He hit him with a double jab. Move, ref. What are you doing? Good body shot by Fisher. Allen with a body shot. Oh, double uppercut by Fisher. He walks away, but he should stay there, in my opinion, and did some work. Double jab. Try to sneak in the right hand. Partially landed. Allen with the jab. Allen just steady coming forward, taking punishment, man. Oh, big left hook from Allen. Ripping body shot by Fisher. Fisher would have doubled. No, ref.
Let him. Oh, bullshit.
Move,
Let
ref.
him fight out of it.
This ref is full of shit.
Man,
he just ruined that. This ref is full of shit. Robert Hardy, salutes to you, man. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I need everybody that just came through on Slick 50 TV to come. Oh, that's not the. I gotta get that link again. It's pinned at the top of the chat. I need y'all to come over to GMT Sports, man. Hit this subscribe button. I'm gonna put it. See. Double jab by Fisher. Ooh, 2 ripping body shots from Fisher.
Yeah,
Fisher. Ooh, 2 small hooks in the inside by Fisher. Uppercut by Fisher.
Oh,
body shots by Allen. Move, ref. I don't like the ref. The ref is full of shit.
Well, that was the end of the round. He had to split them up for that particular one, but.
Well, I mean, the bell, he was already there before the bell said ding, ding, ding. Like, he's too quick at it. Like, dude, give him a shot.
Hard left by Allen in that round, but there wasn't enough work.
No, it wasn't. That's a Fisher round to me. Fisher did the better work, but it was that one punch, but it wasn't enough. But I'm still
claiming a nut shot in there. So it looks like Fisher doesn't want to be on the inside because he can't take advantage of his arm reach and length. Well, but once he gets in there, he'll throw him.
All right, round 4. My bad. Round 4. All right, here we go. Back to this. Everybody that just seen that link, hit that link It'll take you to GMT Sports, where this show will primarily be held. So make sure you hit that link and come over here and hit subscribe and hit that bell, guys. Oh my God, that double hook. Why the fuck Fisher lay off that? They gave Allen the first round. I don't know how, but okay.
2 out of 3 of them did.
Mm-hmm.
Just as soon he gave him all 3 rounds like us.
Yeah, Robert, I do. I like soccer, bro. Good jab. I don't know. Allen fighting lazy, man. You better get with the program, bro.
He's not really expending a lot of energy. Whether that's part of his strategy, I don't know. But
good body shot by Allen, though. Backed Fisher up. Another body shot by Fisher. Hook to the head by Fisher. Tried to jab off the gloves of Allen. Ooh, sneaky uppercut the inside from Allen. And a body shot. Let him fight it out, ref. Back up. Why you got to be right there? He's annoying. He's giving him too many breaks. Like, you don't have to talk that much.
It's bad, isn't it, Slick? Once it gets in your head, you just notice it more and more. Like you're almost looking for the ref to get involved when he doesn't need to.
Yeah, man. Oh, shit. 2-piece. He barely missed that, bro. Allen trying to make it an inside fight. The ref ain't gonna let it be an inside fight, Allen. Fisher trying to keep that stick out there, but I got a feeling Fisher getting tired. He's not punching. As soon as dude just walk in, he just waving his hand. There go a jab. Jab to the body for Fisher. Pick it back up, Fisher. 1-2 for Fisher. Ain't no mustard on it no more, though. Good body shot. Ooh, right uppercut from Fisher. Immediately ties up. Allen with the jab. Another jab from Fisher. Fisher got these rounds, but Allen, I don't know. Like you said, maybe this part of the game plan. Just trying to get him tired, apply the pressure, don't spend no energy, and then come with an onslaught.
Problem will be is going off our scorecard that if he lets Fisher steal another 2 rounds, it's all over.
Yeah.
Barring a knockout or a knockdown.
Yeah.
He's going to have to put some work in here shortly, or he's going to be too far behind.
Robert Hardy, I don't have one. We got a soccer team here in St. Louis that I support.
Fisher just still getting easy points. Allen's just standing there, just asking to be hit. You on mute, Slick, or is that me?
I don't know how I did that, but that's me. Ooh, nice 1-2 from Fisher. Yeah, my bad. In case you didn't hear me, Robert Hardy, my soccer team is St. Louis City. Ooh, big overhand and left from Allen. Best 2 punches he put together this entire fight.
The overhand right didn't land. Couldn't really see.
Oh, that was kind of low, bro. That was kind of low. Another low blow right afterwards. What the fuck you doing, ref? Now this one you was supposed to say some shit.
On the waist belt's not low.
God damn. Come on, bro. I'm low, bro. That's 3. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Well, maybe if Allen had pulled his pants up, then Fisher had hit him higher.
Oh, he landed that overhand, though.
Oh,
God damn. Allen landed a big overhand when Fisher was on his way out. Oh, shit. Oh, big body shot that lifted Fisher up. Yeah, that body shot, uppercut, Allen right hand.
oh,
This
now
turned
he's
into an
landing a
Allen
few.
show. What the hell?
He's sitting down on him now.
Hard body shot by Allen and right hook and oh my God, left hook. Oh, he takes him down.
Oh,
He went
he's
down.
Fisher's
God
down.
Damn.
Fisher's down with 15 seconds to go in round
Oh,
5.
and he is fucking hurt, ladies and gentlemen. He is fucking hurt. Allen plan worked. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's asleep. They threw the towel in.
Oh,
They threw
he's
the
out.
towel in.
He's out.
He needs
Fisher
some milk.
is
It was at this
out.
moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. David Allen is on his
king shit.
He landed on his face slick.
Damn. He was asleep in the air. Like he was like.
Well, let's hope he's okay because the
Yeah, I
doctors
hope
are
he's
out
all
there.
right. I hope he's all right. But that was some movie shit. My man's hands was dangling in the air like, dude, I'm knocked out. Oh, he was asleep on his feet. The plan of Allen worked.
And some of these
Dave
replays
Allen
are
plan
gonna look
worked.
sick.
Oh my God, bro. You talking about somebody believing in their power. He went 4 rounds and said, this the round I'm finna get you the fuck up out of here.
Now, I know you've got a protection policy for Atama. Is Atama allowed to get in the ring with Allen?
Yeah, yeah. He's hey, he in the same realm. He's the sparring partner. That's what's crazy, bro. Like he's the sparring partner. Fisher is done. You got beat by your sparring partner. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Stop playing, bro. Let me put this up, man.
Oh, he's up. Fisher's
Good
up.
stuff.
He's
Good
awake.
stuff.
That's
He
good.
just woke up. He must have heard the alarm clock go off. He probably thinks it's time to go to work. Salute. Allen got the KO. 10-8 round. The wrap. God damn, look at that scorecard, bro. That is bananas, dog. That is bananas. Marcin, what's happening, man? Appreciate you coming through. Everybody coming through on the Slick 50 side, because I've been over there. But yeah. Wow, bro. Allen pulled that shit off. They had to get the oxygen bag to wake him up.
I'm waiting to see the replay of those last couple of big shots he landed.
It was the whole sequence. Like the barrage of punches he took before that and then after. He was hurt. He was done. Everybody on Slick 50 TV, hit that link and come to @GMT Boxing, bro, and hit the subscribe button, bro. Damn, boy, that right hand was on the fucking money, bro.
Fisher only had to survive 15 seconds and couldn't to the end of the round.
All of a sudden, the defense turned on, too. Did you notice that? He was slipping punches and shit. Like, where was all of that? You talking about And then taking the half step back, which gave him the leverage for the right hook and the left hook. Look at the slipping the punches, bro. Like, where was his defense at the beginning of the fight? And then he just fell into the last 3 punches, bro.
So
But
that was the first knockdown.
that was the first knockdown, right? Bing! Oh, the right hand pushed him into the left hand, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That he rolled over like it wasn't shit, bro. On that first, that was crazy. Oh my God. That first knockdown was ferocious. Then he just dancing everywhere. This man, look at that shit. Yeah, he was done.
But he only had the last 15 seconds, Slick. After he survived that first 10 count.
Right, Walnut. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Yeah, he could fight Allen. I had this joke like, man, it's certain. I don't think he's ready for it, but he can fight Allen. Damn, that man fell on his face. Fuck.
Oh, it wasn't as bad. His arms were there to help him land.
He just fell like a tree, though. Look at this. Pow! He was asleep from that left hook, bro.
Oh, his eyes just wobbled out of their head.
Yep.
So how would I describe that, Slick? From Allen, nothing, round 1. Nothing, round 2. Nothing, round 3. Oh, I think he got a left hook in, round 3. Yep. Not much more, round 4. Round 5, I'm getting tired. I want to be somewhere else. I'm just going to come out, and I'm just going to sleep you.
Right. Like, and it was different. My man was straight, bro, he was slipping punches in the inside, taking that. Like, it was a different Allen in the 5th round. This was a different Allen, bro, in the 5th round.
You know what it is? Maybe his team in the corner did a similar thing, right, that they did to Bud when he fought Sean Porter. Yeah. You're down on the scorecard. You're down at what?
Right.
Fix that. Stands up, walks out, and just bang.
Man, that was crazy. Andrew Parker, man, you kind of late, bro. Fisher just got knocked out in the 5th round. Not TKO, KO'd. Slept. Done. Stick a fork in him. Man,
he needed more than milk. He needed an adrenaline shot, some oxygen, a doctor.
Oxygen. They gave him a hug, too, and all that shit. Hey, man. Damn, bro. But I think they're going to do a 3rd round. I mean, a 3rd fight. Watch. They're going to fuck around and make a 3rd fight.
Nah, I don't think
it's 1-1 now. It's 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know that it warrants a trilogy, especially when you didn't get it to go 12 rounds.
You ain't lying, that was. Dog. But my thing is, they had made Fisher seem like this big bad wolf, and now it's like he get beat by a sparring partner, bro. Like, you got to avenge that somehow. Who is they going to put Fisher in the ring with?
Yeah, but that's the danger of heavyweights. I mean, they're so big and they hit so hard that you only need to really make a mistake once or twice and it's game over.
Yeah. Hey, Allen did his fucking thing. 24 wins, what, he got like 7 losses or something? Man, ain't nobody finna pick your big ass up. Damn, dude picking him up, bro. He turning red in the face too. Man, that dude heavy as fuck, bro. I'm not picking that big old dude up.
So just so I'm clear, Wardley's got 18 and he's not allowed to fight Batamo, right? Allen's got 24 fights, but no problem.
Yeah, because Allen is sparring part, man.
Man,
like, he's never made to win, bro.
You know I'm never going to let you forget this, Slick.
I know, bro. I'm trying to find a way out and I can't. But look, I'm going to keep trying. Nah, he can fight him, man. I'll let him fight Allen, man. Ward a little more sophisticated. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Allen can play possum with a timer like that. Ward is a little more sophisticated, bro. That's how I'll put it. The number of fights just don't add up to the skills. 24 wins. I think he 7 losses. Yeah, cool. He got a belt now. That's fine and dandy. I don't even know what that belt is, but Ward will come out boxing. Ward could box. So I think that fight will be a little more tougher than Allen. That's how I'll say it.
I've got a feeling it might be for the Commonwealth belt.
Okay. WBA, Intercontinental Heavyweight. Yeah, I was right. 24 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. Oh, he didn't lose weight. He just evened out. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope y'all can hear it, man. Y'all been, I'm about to cut the sound back off. I heard enough. So he didn't lose weight. He added weight. So his body basically evened out.
Yeah, he must have put a couple of pounds on each of his fists.
You ain't lying.
Brick hands today.
God damn. Thank you for the commentary. I'm sub. See you for the next one. Walnut Stone, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And if you could take part in that link, that takes you to the channel where this show is held at. All right. So make sure you go click that link and hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you won't miss the show. Because this show is primarily it's at GMT Sports right here, what it said right there. All right. At GMT Sports. It's all you got to put in. You can copy and paste it. Hold on. All right.
Do you put the link in the description?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in there. And it's pinned at the top of the chat. At GMT Sports, you could copy and paste this and go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button, bro. Because that's where this show is primarily. I see everybody's over there on Slick 50 TV, but I've been over there for the past week. But I need all 22 of y'all on Slick 50 TV. Come to GMT Sports and hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
When do you get your GMT?
I put the email in and I'm on it now.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I put it in. I got an email back saying I was able to go back live. I explained to them that it was by mistake or whatever. And if they was to go back and listen to it, you could tell that it wasn't intentionally being played. Because when I went back and listened to it, you could hear it very faint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the only thing I'm noticing when I come off StreamYard, because I dialed into Slick 50 TV because you started a little bit early on that one. You can't see the chat on the other. So you've got essentially two different chats happening on the one fight.
Right,
You
exactly. Because everybody's
you can't
over
see each other.
Right. Let me check. I got 32 people over on X, 20 people on Slick 50 TV, and 3 people over here on GMT Sports. That's why I keep screaming for people to come to GMT Sports, because I can see everybody's not here. The chat that I'm seeing in StreamYards is not equating to the chat on GMT Sports. But I understand that they pushed in that channel a little more because I haven't been on it. You know what I'm saying? Just coming off suspension. Never mind said, is it over? Yes. Dave Allen got a 5th round KO. Yeah, he got a 5th round KO. Wow, bro.
He just doesn't look like an athlete.
No, he don't. No, he don't. And goddamn, that shit came out of left field. Like you talking about somebody playing possum? That man was playing fucking possum, DJ. That shit was crazy right there, bro. No lie. That shit was crazy, bro. My dude, 1 through 4, looked at identical. The 5th round, all of a sudden he got head movement. He's slipping punches. Shots is hitting a mark. Yeah.
He's waiting for that bump to kick in, and it was just delayed.
Eddie said there is a rematch clause, but he said that's gonna happen down the line. And he said he won't get him a headliner in Sheffield in his hometown. I'm with that. Let Fisher rebuild. He'll be on some undercards. He gotta get his shit together. And then do a 3rd one. Good stuff. That's right. Go get Dave Allen paid, bro. But let me explain this in English. Right? Because see, that was Spanish. That was some other language.
English or American English?
American English. Yeah. This is what Eddie really was saying. I'm gonna take Allen, since he's he gained some stardom. I'm gonna feed him to Atama, and it was somebody I know that's gonna be a bigger star. That's what he's finna go do, bro. He's finna he finna use Allen, bro. He finna use Allen. He finna put him in there with a timer or somebody, and that he feel like he could beat him and build him to a bigger star.
Well, when's Atama fighting? He's fighting in a few weeks, isn't he?
I think so. Damn, boy, Fisher got slept, bro. Walnut Stone laid out is not the term. I'm talking about that shit is bananas. He was asleep before he hit the ground, bro. He was hurting, man. He was hurting, man. I just want the truth. What about Terra Moana and Allen? Oh my God, bro.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, bro. Look, man.
I just want the truth. Slick's got different rules again for Terramona.
Hey,
he got different rules for everyone.
Man, no, y'all trying to get Allen hurt, bro. Tear Allen out the fucking frame, bro. Like, no. That's just my belief. That dude too big, too long, and that motherfucker punch. Terry Moana is not to be slept on. He is not to be slept on, bro. Don't get fooled by the teddy bear act that he got outside the fucking ring. That man is the devil in the ring, bro. Terry Moana is a terror, for real. Now I stand on that. I don't know. No, that's me protecting Allen at this moment. No, don't do that, Allen. Not good. Even though Eddie gonna fuck around, feed you to his ass, goddamn. He gonna feed you to him. You got a little buzz. That little buzz will catapult his other ones that he deemed as stars. That's gonna be stars, bro. And then he gonna let you have your third rematch with Fisher.
I'm gonna start calling you Slick. I want it both ways. 50.
No, man.
Man, if you between today and the last conversation we had exactly about this on your last live, man, anyone that's trying to follow the Slick 50 rules, they're confused as fuck.
Man, I'm just saying, man. There's some fighters that I see like I don't know, bro. Like okay, Atama, yes, he can do Allen. Ward is different. Ward is. I feel like Ward's a little more
Well, we'll get to see
Atama,
how
bro.
different he is against Justice Ernie in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I like Ward. Ward's real sophisticated, a heavy hitter. You know, Atama, he's climbing, he's doing his thing. But I just feel like he's still kind of young in the ring. Like it's not all polished or put together. He doesn't look as like when you watch Ward. When you watch him, it's like okay, I can see the future star in Atama, and I feel like Ward is already there. He just needs the right fights. That's how I look at them too. Now, put either one in the ring with Terra Moana whooping both of their ass. He too big, bro. He too long.
But he's such a nice guy. Slick.
Oh, fuck all that teddy bears. That's the devil in the ring, bro. Dude, the devil. Bro, them long ass fucking straights he be throwing, man. And he don't waste no time. He wastes no time. He's coming straight at you, bro. I don't think he beats both of them, bro, for real. All three of them. He beats Allen, goddamn it, all of them you just named. I just went blank, but all of them you just fucking named. Terra Moana beats Ward, Atama, and Allen. I'm putting my money on Terra Moana. He too big, too long, too strong, bro.
Wardley.
Yeah. He beats all of them, bro. Y'all can clip this shit. I'm saying it. Terra Moana is not to be fucked with.
I don't need to clip it. I'll remember. You know I'll remember.
I'm telling you, Terra Moana is not the one to fuck with, bro. Like, it's going to be somebody his height, his build that's going to give him problems. Like, in the beginning, bro. These dudes right here don't got the footwork. Allen don't got the footwork to get up under him. Ward, he come in swinging and shit, and you got to be around the same height. You know, he could jab, but he takes them long-ass fucking overhands from distance. You going to get clipped by Terra Moana. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't mind Slick. I just think that we're actually witnessing the next phase of the heavyweights starting to work themselves out and see who's who. Because by the time that AJ, Fury, Usyk all retire, I think Dubai's probably got a few more years than all of them left. But there's going to be a new generation of heavyweights coming through, fighting for the titles over the next 18 months to 2 years, in my opinion.
Yep.
So that's why I sort of keep an eye on what's going on, and who's coming up through the ranks. Who's it going to be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I like what I'm seeing. Shit, don't need
Round
to be
one,
stagnant.
round one didn't give us an update on that Bowerchuck and
I don't think it's
Mikhail
on right
Fox.
now.
He's probably listening in. I think he was just charging his phone or something, wasn't he?
No, I don't
But
think the fight is on right now. I don't think it
didn't he
started.
say it was like in 11 hours or something?
Yeah. I
But
don't think
that's
it's on.
UFC.
UFC Fight Pass, and that's what I was just gonna say. I just want to. He asked me, "Was I gonna do the Boychuk Michael Fox?" But it's on UFC Fight Pass, and I don't have that, bro. And the price they
Thing
want
is
to make
that
me pay for it, I don't want to pay that. So I gotta find some way to watch it. If I find a way to watch it, yes, I will call it. But yeah, bro, I'm not doing that. I don't understand why it's on UFC Fight Pass anyway. That makes
well,
no sense to me, bro.
I kind of feel like it was. I mean, the fight makes no sense anyway. Who's that fight for? Can't be for
It's,
Bowerchuck. He's
it's for
already made his
Boychuk.
name.
I think it's to keep him busy.
Bowerchuck only fought in December.
Yeah, they want to keep him busy. Because I was watching an interview with his manager. They were saying if he couldn't land him a big fight, that they was gonna find him somebody to fight. So Michael Fox is not a good boxer, but no, Boychuk gonna fuck around and win that. That shouldn't be a problem.
Well, Miguel Fox is the closest. What's he? 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
He's the closest to Fondora by way of
Right.
height at
Yeah.
154.
Hughes, what's good? I think they threw the towel in by accident. They meant to throw the blank.
Yeah, and he needed a pillow with that blanket too. I can tell you.
Salutes to Hughes. He said, I think I threw the towel in by accident. They meant to throw the blanket. Oh my God. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff.
Hey, did you see me send all you guys the next phase of
Yeah, I
the
saw it.
Grand Prix?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm glad they put all of the schedule up there. Who's
Yeah,
fighting
the
who?
brackets. Yeah, the brackets. And when is it? June?
Yeah, next month. There's a lot going on next month.
Yep.
There's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all support that WBC tournament, bro. I'm a fan of it, and that's dope. That's good. That's good for boxing. That
And
help all
that's
those kids that's down in the rankings. That's actually some good. That's never gonna get their shot because of this kid got hype behind him or this and the third. We actually get to see them, and they might be worthy of a title shot, and they put them
well,
in the top 15.
it's going to be one of those ones that if you've got the zone and you actually watch those fights, you can go back any time and watch any of the weight classes that you didn't you missed.
Right.
So you can, because they're always there on the zone, like you don't buy it and then just lose it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like, because I was going to go back yesterday and watch a few of the heavyweights that I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty dope, bro. We need that. I've been saying that. I hate it when the World Series of Boxing stopped doing their thing with the Super Six and so on and so forth. I think the last thing they had did was the cruiserweights, and then after that they didn't do it anymore, and because of funding or something like that happened or something I can't remember. But we need those type of tournaments, and I think this is even more of a big deal because, like I said, all the kids that or boxers that don't get the chance to have that shine that can actually fucking fight, they get to prove they belong up there. So when we get those guys up there, those will be the dark horses that can shake up the game. They get a silver title and they'll be in the top 15 or something like that, and they get 200 and they just said 200,000 plus in money. And then those are the winners. The ones that they face they're still gonna get a shot because they made it so far. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just having a look at the schedule. The Tama fight's next weekend.
Oh, okay. Definitely gonna be over for that.
He's on the Josh Taylor undercard.
Okay. Wait a minute. Who undercard? Make sure I heard you right.
Josh Taylor versus
yeah.
Ikao Usman.
Esumai.
That'll do.
Yeah, Esumai.
Interesting. The weekend after that, I mean, you got the Caleb Plant versus Jose Amado Resendez, and Maul Charlo's back in action on the undercard.
We don't get that fight. That's gonna be a weird one.
Really, I'm looking at it to see how Caleb performs, and then how Maul Charlo performs, because you would think that that's the fight that they're going to try and make.
Yeah.
Or they should try and make.
Yeah, they're supposed to. That's what they were saying, and that's why I said this is a weird one for me, because these guys are basically picked for them to beat. So, but it could be upsets, like I said. We just gotta wait and see, because everybody's looking at this just like through that lens. Like, okay, they get past these guys. The real fight we want to see is those two, and Caleb is on record stating that after he beats him, he's fighting Charlo. Charlo said the same thing. After I beat this guy, I'm fighting Caleb Plant. So, and I was watching some interview where he said he need his get back all of a sudden. Now he's talking trash about Caleb, saying he need to get that get back from that slap. So we shall see if he really wants that smoke. Does he want the smoke or he don't? We shall see. But one thing we do know, Sweet Hands Plant don't be bullshit. I've changed a lot of stuff on here in this list, except that.
Well, the thing for me,
that
Slick,
will
is
never die.
I kind of feel like if you are going to make the Maul, Charlo, and Plant fight, I think you've got to make it quickly, because I fear for Maul that if Maul's forced to sit around, he'll get distracted and get himself in a bad place all over again.
Yeah.
So while he's got his head in the game, let him use it. And then June we've got Wardley versus Hooney. On the same day, we've got Keyshawn Davis, De Los Santos. I'm looking forward to that. Abdullah Mason versus Jeremiah Nakathelia.
Yeah. Okay.
We've got Jai Opataya back in action the day after that. I'm expecting him. He should just run through Claudio Squio. And Nakatani versus Nishenda.
Mm-hmm. Nakatani trying to get to anyway.
Richardson Hitchens, and Cambosis. I think there'll be a few of us looking at that for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Cruz, he's on the undercard of Hitchens and Cambosis.
Yep.
Brian Norman Jr.'s dusting the cobwebs off.
Yeah, he's going to Japan. That's going to be a real interesting fight. See how you do that.
And then in amongst all of that, there is what was it? It was June. Was it June or July? The next phase of the Grand Prix. June. So we've got that in there as well, which will be, I think, 2 days of boxing this time around instead of 4.
Yep.
You've got the whole Jake Paul gimmick. Not really interested in that.
No, we got the women's fights in there too.
No, that's July.
Oh, okay, yes. That's July.
July 11, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to see that all-girl card too. I want to see that. But nonetheless, though, yeah, that gimmick bullshit, him talking about fighting Tank. Man, nobody want I want to see that. And then he said exhibition. You know,
No,
whatever.
look, I'm going to stick to my guns. Look, Tank, you can do whatever you want with your career, chase money, do whatever. It's up to you. It's your career. But if you go and do that, that's it.
Right.
I won't speak of you as a pound for pound or a boxing great ever again.
Nope. I don't speak on that sense right now. Anyways, great.
No, but you get my point, right? Like I would just be so deflated that boxing allowed for it. Like I said to one of our other guys, I said, look, if you go and do that, you have to be stripped. You have to be stripped. The sanctioning bodies can't allow their world title holders to go and do something like that for a cash grab without having some recourse.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And to be fair, it's not just Tank. It'll be Canelo too. If Canelo was to get in the ring and do that with Jake Paul, I'd be saying, well, hand all your belts back.
Right. Exactly.
Can't have it both ways.
Right. Can't be playing. Say your exhibitions or when you were finna retire or something. Or when you retire. While you in the sport, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. You shouldn't be allowed to do the whole exhibition. That's how I feel.
No, because I'm of the opinion that I would like boxers to be their own. Like they're just contractors. They contract themselves for the best deal to whoever. So I'm okay for them contracting themselves to MVP for a money grab. But your old employer, be it the sanctioning bodies, still can't claim you as well. You can't work for two companies at once. You get what I mean?
You can't, but that's the thing. Exhibition, they can't make they don't make any money off it. They'll make no money off of that because it's not sanctioned. It's just an exhibition. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind if it was going on your record, you know, whatever. Which I'm not saying for this fight because that would be terrible. But if you was in the same weight class and you go fight Jake Paul and it's on your record, fine, right? But exhibition wise, it's like, what are you doing this for? Then you're a champion, going to fight exhibition for what reason? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, that's insult to injury. If I'm running any of the sanctioning bodies, because if our product was strong enough, that exhibition stuff wouldn't get off the ground. Because if we were putting the best fights on and the best fight and the best and unifications and undisputed and all those sorts of things, there'd be no market for that exhibition fight because people are already entertained with what they've got.
Right.
That's just how I look at it.
No, I agree with that. DJ. Hey, quick question. Military time, 2,100 hours. Ain't that 7 o'clock?
No. That's 9 o'clock.
That's 9 o'clock? Okay. All right. Vargas Jr. versus Correa. I believe that's how you say that. Vargas Jr. versus Correa Jr. No. I don't know why I'm reading that wrong. Vargas Jr. versus Correa. God damn it. Comes on 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you got to equate that to y'all time. I know somebody was asking in the chat about that fight.
Just tell me how many hours that is from now. That's the easiest way for everyone to understand when that kicks off.
God damn it. It's 4:32 here.
So another 5 hours.
Yeah. So another 5 hours, that fight kicks off. I don't see nowhere on the zone about no Michael Fox, and I'm pretty sure I'm finna go to ESPN and see if it's legit just on ESPN. That fight pass bullshit. Let me see. UFC fight pass. UFC fight night. How do you get to this?
You know, what I have actually, in your absence this week, what I have noticed is there have been more of the, like Pro Box and a few of the other more, don't want to say professional, but commercialized channels have been talking about implementing rules to at least discourage, and I use running in inverted comments, while you're in the ring, because they want, boxers to engage. And like, I know enough to say that, look, there's science in it, but I think that if you're running because that's the only defense you've got, well, then that's the wrong thing to be doing, to your point. Right? But if you're moving laterally and using the ring to your advantage strategically to get angles and those sorts of things, then yes, I still want that to be part of the sport.
Right. That's a slippery slope. I don't think they should do anything to that, man. Let the boxer suffer behind it. He's not gonna progress behind it with the fans, because because the only way that would work, it would have to be to the referee's discretion. That's just too much power to fix fights, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough bullshit that goes on already.
Yeah, look, it does bring that in, and I agree with you. I think that really what you'd be encouraging promoters to do is to somehow sectionalize as part of their payment. So if you're a really big star and someone wants to pay big dollars for you, and you put on, and I don't want to name names, but who the ones that I talk about, is that if you're for me, there's a difference between being completely negative in the ring and being skillful.
Right.
It might look the same to some people, but it's just not. It's what your opponent's allowing you or forcing you to do. So, and look, as well as how many times, like tonight, for the first 4 rounds, we saw Allen not necessarily cut off the ring, but just come forward with no offense behind it. So your opponent's got a job to do too, right? They've got to be able to cut off the ring and put you under pressure, so that you've got to use some defensive skill. So I get your point there, but it's bad if the crowd is booing. When it's live and the crowd are booing, right? That's your bread and butter telling you, that's your pay packet saying to you that you're not worth the money that we're forking out. Doesn't matter which way you flip or turn it. If the crowd are booing, that means they're not buying your next pay-per-view or your next ticket.
Right. Yeah, no, that's giving too much power to the refs at that point. And they don't be using the power they got in the right manner.
Well, would it be refs or would it be the judges? Or in some respects, it doesn't matter, because it could be equally a problem.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely not for it at all. At all. But Deej, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the show down right here, man. I gotta make some important phone calls. I may be back on at 9:00 for that Vargas card. This Michael fight, I can't find it. It's on UFC Fight Pass. It's an entire card. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights in total. A bunch of 6-rounder, 8-rounders.
What's the headline of the UFC card?
The UFC Fight Pass is Serhiy Boychuk and Michael Fox. There's a 10-rounder. Man, it's a 10-rounder. And
that's the headline of it? There's not UFC fights on there as well?
No. These, if it is, I don't know. I don't know these names. But there's one title fight on there. Mizuki Hiruta versus Carla Aylin Marino. And that's a 10-rounder. But it's a women's fight, so it's a co-main event.
I gotcha. So. All right. And what? You'll decide later if you're going to come back on for the Vargas?
Yeah, as long as I can get all my other work done, I'll be back on.
All right. Salute to everyone that came through. Salute to the chat. Salute to all the new subscribers. Don't forget to go across, if you haven't already, Subscribe to GMT Sports, because more than likely this conversation will be had next weekend on GMT Sports.
Yep, only on GMT Sports, at GMT Sports. I put the link in the chat as we're speaking right now.
And after you've subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell.
Yes, sir.
That
yes,
way
sir.
you can keep up on all the fights at any time and any conversations in between. Thank you, Slick.
Right on, Deej. Appreciate
I'm
you.
out.
All right, guys, you heard the man. As of next week, this show will primarily just be on at GMT Sports, where it has always been. Again, I want to thank everyone who has come to Slick 50 TV to keep up with the show, given that I was suspended on the GMT Sports channel. I'm glad. I want to say thank you for the early release, because I was suspended, but we got it back early, as we should have. We didn't do nothing wrong. And they saw and they agreed. Other than that, like I said, go to at, all you do is put the at symbol, GMT, my bad, GMT Boxing. My bad. You can put at GMT Boxing or at GMT Sports. It should pop up. Go there, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you do the same thing you did today. Show up and show out. I am your boy Slick 50, man. And I will say this. Salute to y'all. Deuces. Salute to you, Christopher Lake. I see you, baby. Thanks for the subscribe.